Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Hoard of the Dragon Queen, Chapter 8, Episode 4. Tonight we are going to be doing some cleanup actions after the activities of last week. When last we left our heroes, they had found Resmir and her guard drakes in her room, and there was... Oh, hold on. I must disclaim. If you're not interested in hearing about how Hoard of the Dragon Queen kind of wraps up, especially endgame stuff, don't watch this.
Spoilers.
Spoilers ahead. Definitely, we are in the throes of the endgame of this particular book. For those of you that do know the book, there will be certain elements that I'm ignoring. And so just realize I'm changing things because I don't like the way this book is written now at the end. I'm recognizing that I don't like this answer, this ending. So it will probably be at least somewhat different. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But if you notice a change, don't say anything. Don't go, you should have done. Yeah, we're just ignoring that. We're going to play it like we're following the book exactly. That said, if you're watching, welcome. Always good to have you. When last we left our heroes, there was quite the battle between Resmir, her guard drakes, and our lovely crew. You'll notice that Ollie tonight is being played by someone else because our normal Ollie is not here. But
Ollie replacement part 2.
Hey, yeah, replacement version 3. You're like version 3?
Yeah.
3.0.
Do you mind?
But there was quite a battle. There was some darkness. There was a rug of smothering that helped our heroes.
Ain't that the truth?
The rug of smothering did not really pay too much attention. It ended up grabbing 3 random dice rolls, grabbing a guard drake instead of Pandora, and basically choked out the guard drake until it died, letting Pandora, stand on her own in the room and just beat the living stuffing out of what was left. It was quite hysterical. It was not the way I planned it all.
Turned it into a Swiss roll.
Yeah, it turned into somewhere between a Swiss roll and a jelly roll. Definitely.
Did we try to res it? Did someone try to actually? Okay.
Not yet. Jose,
when Resmir was defeated, a normal body was not found. She disintegrated into a bunch of ash, big pile of ash, leaving her robes and some other accoutrements behind. The party then, as we were wrapping up, decided to scoop all of that back into her room, and
with a broom, just
yeah. Well,
onto the remnants of the rug.
This all happened. I think we were at round 9.
Yeah,
we were at round 8 or 9. It was a long battle from that perspective, but in time, this took very little time. So we'll be figuring out the results of that encounter. But they went back into Resmir's room and shut the door behind them. And so that is what you see on the map is the remnants of the map. We don't have any minis out. We can put those out. They're basically all still in there. Imagine a cut-up rug and some drake ooze and a pile of ash with some other crap stacked in it. And so the door is closed. And so that's where we pick up tonight. Another note of housekeeping. We probably won't play in super late tonight just because Joe's got to work and Jordan's got a karate tournament in the morning. So, we'll probably only run for probably 2 hours from now, 3 hours from now. Something like that. So, because obviously they need to get the rest, and it's okay. Nobody's in a hurry to get to the end. And that's good. We're here to have fun. So, what do y'all want to do? You're now in a closed room with a pile of ash and some crap on the floor.
I'm gonna say hi to come get some because he said hi and he said he's
Hey,
excited.
come get some.
Mr. Stash is back.
Hey,
so.
Stash is back.
Yep.
His name is Pro Stash, not Stash.
Baby, he's back.
He's definitely Pro Stash. Look, You can even see it. You can see the full curls going.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that is
It's
that
getting
is
super scruffy
that
on the
is-
bottom.
that is pro stash, man. That's awesome.
It's November.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
I know. Even I'm got my peach fuzz.
You started that.
I started it.
Nice.
She ended it.
I'm staying where I'm at. I'm just
I
like
can't handle
my
it.
wife likes it where it is. It's gonna, every couple of weeks. I'm sorry, gotta trim it, gotta shave the corners. It's just when the wife likes what she likes. It's like don't mess that up. You don't make them go. Your face is all scrushy.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
No.
Like when it's the right length, and she's like, "All right, that it's soft there. Don't let it get gross."
Yeah.
I've learned over the years. Don't do that. Well, at least in my house.
Yeah.
All right. So what are we doing?
I want to walk over to the desk and check out the desk and see what's there.
Okay. Roll investigation for me.
Not the TV tray.
I'm gonna check out Rosemary's TV tray.
I'm sorry, what did you say again? Investigation?
Investigation. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You said you want to look.
You notice the price tag that says
Yes, you do. You know, it's a little thing that says it has a little Amazon smile on it.
Roll 4d10s for price.
Yeah, roll 4d10s.
16.
16. All right. So as you go through, you notice two things. You notice that there is a small black chest sitting on Resmir's desk. Let's see, what does it look like? There is a description here. Where is it? You have it is a handsome iron-banded chest secured with a sturdy padlock. You notice that. You also notice that there is a letter sitting on her desk. And do I have that here? Dadgummit, I'm not prepared again. He's so mad. Hold on. I have this thing. Let me go print it real quick.
Okay.
So, I'm going to print you a thing that you see.
Okay.
Because it'll be cool.
Jeez.
But you see this this chest. It's probably, what would that be? Maybe
2
a
feet?
foot?
Foot.
Foot, 15 inches by 8 inches by 5 inches.
Is the
right?
padlock locked? Or is it hanging open?
It looks like it's locked to you.
Okay.
Are you going to touch it and jiggle it?
Yes.
Okay, so
I
you
would
touch it and jiggle it. Yes, you kind of pick it up and
Is this normal?
shake it, and you can,
What?
here.
every night.
Like, so you see, I'm just saying you kind of pick it up and you kind of give it a rattle. You can hear there's something inside of it. But the lid is definitely closed and locked. Like the hasp is closed and it's locked.
Okay. Good to
Okay.
know.
That's weird. So
Not okay.
you think about that. I'm gonna go print this thing that you find on her desk. I'll be right back.
Okay,
Nice.
thank you. Not okay. Not okay. You're laughing, that's not okay.
I love it.
This was gonna be fun. I don't even know why I'm here. It's like I got clocked in the head by a random.
I feel
Thing
like
in
I
there.
am too, and that's why I'm here every week.
All I know is about a dragon being choked out. That's all I know.
They
Pretty
say
impressive.
quick trip.
Yeah, I figured. That was the biggest complaint.
I was wondering when someone was going to ask about that.
Dude, so it was fall retreat last weekend. I fought a jungle gym, if you're looking at stream. Like, straight up, Kian was chasing me, and I sacrificed my body not to get tagged. And it's a deep hit right there on the shin.
Yikes.
During karate this week too, he about clocked it with a tonfa.
Oh yeah, no, I did. I caught my knee with a tonfa because I'm prepping for the tournament.
Oh man.
This is our local convenience store that's like a glorified gas station. Like it's whatever you want to call it.
Get yourself
What's the
pizza,
best hotel?
pizza, gas, milk.
One of these.
Whatever you think
Great
you might
breakfast
need.
burritos.
Oh, great breakfast pizza. Yeah? How'd that work out for you?
Ooh.
Yes.
Français.
Yes, that's what you find.
Okay.
So you find that letter on her desk.
Okay.
So you could tell that she was writing that. Your ability to, kind of discern from the texture and stuff that this was a letter she's been writing recently, probably just before her now untimely death.
You see this like streak across
Yeah,
the
like, the castle. Ah! It can't be the castle. Ah! Nobody would take time to write. Ah! They're dying.
I'm gonna start reading this, and then I'm gonna sit it down, and then I want to check out the chest first.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my lock picking abilities. Hopefully they're gonna be on
Okay.
point.
Will you?
Where's my mouse?
I need you. Well, okay.
Okay.
and he grabs your hand.
Sure.
And teeth come out.
Yeah.
Wait, would that be sleight of hand?
Are you proficient with thieves' tools?
Yes. I
Okay,
guess.
then yes, it's sleight of hand.
Okay, so that would be a 19.
Whoa.
I need you to roll a perception check.
That would be a 3.
Okay, it didn't work.
Interesting.
I will pick it up and rattle it.
Okay.
Open, damn you!
Do I hear anything inside?
Yeah, you hear some stuff inside. Roll perception.
I'd like
I'm gonna have you roll lots of
mockery
dice for this.
17.
Okay, so as you do that,
Mm-hmm.
so as you're shaking it,
Mm-hmm.
you're able. That's a really good roll. So you're able to perceive like different, almost like a different mass in it, right?
Okay.
So you can tell that there's stuff shaking that would be in the floor,
Okay.
but it feels very top heavy.
Okay.
It feels like there might be additional. There's something that feels like it's moving and kind of clicking in the
Okay.
upper portions, like where you would normally be messing with the lock.
Right.
You can tell that there's something there.
Okay. About how heavy? You said the chest is made of wood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, wood with some iron bands. I mean, it's not light.
So it is not heavy for me to move. I mean,
It's not
it is
impossible for
heavy.
you to move around. I'm just saying it's probably
Does it feel like it has something like with overly a lot of weight in it?
like let's see, how would I describe it? So let's say it's for the sake of this, let's say it's shaking a loaf of bread.
Okay.
And I would say like that size, right?
Okay.
So like that volumetric measurement.
Like a baguette.
And it's how would I describe it? When I say you feel mass in it, you can tell the bottom is heavy,
Right.
but the top is heavy. It wants to more like rotate in your
Right.
hands as opposed to move straight back and forth.
Okay.
The lid
Not a dildo roll.
the lid feels heavier. It feels heavier to you than you would expect.
Okay. So would we say like 10 pounds, 5 pounds, like the whole?
Yeah, we'll
box?
say 5 or 6. Not
Okay.
10. 10 would be too heavy.
Well, if you throw some coin in there for us,
5,
it
6.
wouldn't be.
Okay.
So that's your thing is like, but it feels weird to you because roll history.
Okay.
I sense a trap.
5.
It just feels weird to you.
Okay.
So she's over there rattling this thing around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. and we're all noticing that.
Or you're having a cigarette. One of the
Yeah. yeah.
I'm reading my book because I'm just trying to
Okay.
learn.
Right,
my
you're off
draconic-
time. You're like, hey, if I've got a few minutes, I'm taking.
Yeah,
a few
no,
minutes.
I just want to go ask her what's going on. Like, what is?
We just fought a chick and she turned to ashes, so I'm like, I gotta learn some draconic words so we can like stop this with
Yeah.
the dragon people.
Is there any? What else is there in this room?
So there's
Where
a desk.
am I?
Okay, so if we were to look at the minis, let's look at some mini stuff.
You're
So-
over there looking at the
So Pandora,
brazier.
Pandora's standing here in front of the desk.
Okay.
I'm right where I need to be.
He's standing.
I'm
he's-
leisurely on
he's-
that.
on the bed. You're standing over here looking at a brazier,
Mm-hmm.
and now he has walked over here to go. Hey, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
And I would say that Joe is probably standing in the corner, just kind of spending time like,
Watching everything.
hey, he's like,
His staff's poking
Ready-
the
ready to
remains of
roll.
the card trick.
but he's trying not to be distracted by a few books on the bookcase. You know, so he's
Okay, so
He's
that's
like
a
eyeing some
bookcase, got a bed, and
couple of
is
chairs.
this the
It used to-
chokeout rug
It used
or
to be a rug.
Yes.
It's now,
Okay.
it used to be an intact rug. At this point,
It's tatters. Okay.
It's more of it. I'll put it this way: if you touch it, it doesn't try to grab you.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
try and kick it,
Important
it
things.
just acts
Good.
like
Good.
it acts like a rug now,
Yeah.
Okay.
but it doesn't look nearly as pretty as it used to because it's got
Gooey.
Drake guard Drake goo like running
Just
out the
goo
ends
and rug and all that.
of it. And
Jam
guard
covered
Drake,
rug.
like yeah, teeth
Okay.
kind of.
Is there anything on the bookshelf that looks important to check out or anything like that? Or I assume it sounds like you've got a book, or was that a book you already had?
That was a book I already have.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's
might as well
he's got a book
I'm-
that helps
yeah.
teach him the Draconic language.
Okay. Then I'll see what's on the bookshelf.
Yeah, I don't
Instead
know.
of grab.
Feel free to roll investigation. I'm not sure you're going to find anything.
15.
Okay.
You tried. Good job.
I just don't. I wasn't planning on that, so I don't have anything cool for you.
That's fine.
Hold on.
There's a book that says why elephants are great.
Yep. You get a book on your
So as you flip through these books and things,
Mhm.
you find a scroll that you don't know how to read.
An important scroll that I don't know how to read.
It's a scroll, and you don't know what it is. It doesn't mean anything to you. The writing on it does not.
It's arcanic, if you will.
It's meaningless to you.
No, stowed away. Looks maybe special.
Yeah, I get that.
Is the desk that I'm at, is it like a writing desk or are there like other drawers within
No,
the
it's like a
desk?
writing desk. It has
Okay.
like a tilt up stuff.
Okay.
And when you were looking at it, I mean, you pick it up, you can see that there's, some sheets of parchment, and there's on the top there was an inkwell and a quill, and the inside there's a couple more quills, and there's like a ink blotter, you know what I
Right.
mean, to roll over.
Okay.
It looks like a writing desk.
I want to use my ring of X-ray vision to look into the box.
Oh, okay.
Try to see what's inside.
Okay. You see gems and jewelry
Oh.
and things that look like they would be of value. I mean, you can't get, because it's in a pile, you don't get an exact count or anything,
Okay.
but you can tell there are valuable things in there.
Gems and things like, and it's a wooden chest.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, it might be bigger now that I'm looking at the total of stuff in there. Yeah, it's probably physically larger than what it was
Okay.
by probably a few. Volumetrically, it's a TARDIS. There's more in there than what it seems like.
Okay.
It's got some TARDIS properties.
This is D&D. Anything can happen.
Yeah,
There's portable holes.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there.
Okay.
It seems to be the contents appear to be very valuable.
Okay. And you weren't able to get it open?
She tried really hard.
Okay.
I can try again.
Sure, I'll help you.
There you go. That's what I like to hear. Would anyone else like to help her? Is there something else
Sure.
they might want to do to help her?
Or we can just pick it up and throw it on the ground.
Or I can light it
It
on
has
fire
iron
and then put it
bands.
out.
You kind of look at it and you kind of recognize that it's got iron bands. Odds are it would take a hell of a lot of damage to
Aren't we on a floating
break it
castle?
open.
I mean, we
Yeah,
can
Somebody's getting rich.
We're gonna chuck the box off the castle as we're flying, so you know. Hopefully it doesn't hit someone's outhouse.
We
while we're
don't-
in it.
We don't know what it's worth, but if they survive, they're gonna be happy.
Hey, if we can't have it, they can't have it.
Hey, we
That
can
is-
find the steering wheel to the castle,
that is-
chuck it off, and go back
Go
down.
back and get it.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, after it fell 7,000 feet. It takes 700 d6. What is it? It's 1d6 for every 10 feet, right? Siri, roll me 700 d6.
Oh, whoa.
I was hoping it actually did.
Siri, roll 700 d6.
It's like, that's just too much.
Roll a d20. Roll 10 d20. You can't roll 3 with 10 d20. Okay, so Siri doesn't understand multipliers. It would have been funny if roll 700 d3 or d10, d6.
I'll get you.
Okay. So anyway,
Do you want me to go ahead and try the lockpick again?
Oh,
Well,
gonna
who
take
else?
way too long.
Who else helping you?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
Is
helping
anybody
you. I'm
helping?
helping you.
Whoever wants to.
I don't have much of sleight of hand.
He's gonna hold your
Yeah,
tension
like
tool
that.
for you while you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it gives you
Give me
advantage.
some
I'll pat you on the back.
Oh, it'll be good.
Well, you get
You
to
get
roll
advantage.
twice.
You get to roll twice.
Yeah.
Well,
So
okay.
take the higher of the two.
Unless it's a natural 20.
Well, that was an 18, and then I got a plus 5.
you might get a 20.
You might get a 20.
No, that's a 5. That's a
Okay.
1, I mean.
Well, then 15.
That's the opposite.
Yeah.
Does anybody have guidance?
Okay, so what is your score now?
18 plus 5.
18 plus 5 is 23.
23? All right. So as you're holding the tension tool and kind of holding the box and trying to help her around, she's like, move your elbow, move your elbow. She gets her lockpick tools in there, and you hear a click, and you hear a whir, and this little needle starts to come out
Mm-hmm.
and almost touches your finger,
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
and then retracts,
Oh,
and then it finally clicks over.
okay.
And so the
Sounded too top heavy.
you notice that the needle, as you're doing there, came right to your finger,
Yeah.
and then pulled back
Okay.
back
I feel
into this
Whoa.
lid. And you
I don't know about
unlocked
this,
it.
guys.
Okay, so it appears to you to be unlocked at this point.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Mage hand that thing open.
Is this thing like a DNA lock?
I don't know. Sounds like it. It's something.
So our
What's the damage
our
check?
700 d6 did 2,400 damage.
Boom! I don't think it survived that.
But that's what you would kind of expect. You'd expect an average roll of
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
So 3 times. So you'd expect
Yeah.
it's a little better than that, but I mean, you'd expect about 2,100 damage.
It gave me, like, it listed out every single roll. I was like, alright. Little
Thanks,
much,
bud.
we just wanted a number.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
like, you can't
so it
question me.
appears to be unlocked at this point.
All right.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna.
Is it unlocked?
I'm assuming so.
It appears that it's unlocked.
Okay.
From your perspective, it appeared to have unlocked.
I can lift the lid open with my halberd.
Oh, that's
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I was gonna use
Okay,
something.
so you're
to
gonna
pry it open with.
use your halberd and kind
From
of
like the 10 feet away and just
yeah,
probe
just
the
kind
lid.
of pick up the lid and lift it up. Are you standing there?
Yes.
I'm backing up.
I'm,
Okay,
gonna
I'm
st- I'm gonna
chilling.
back up for just a little bit.
I'm gonna
Okay.
back way back here.
So
Oh, and I
I've
got
gotten
you.
under the sheets.
as you're like nestled.
Not nestled in.
You're like,
This
that's
is like a
like,
good
oh.
book.
You get yourself
That's
a
what
cup
it
of
goes
tea.
You do that. Someone fetch me some tea. what is it? Yorkshire tea gold.
Mm-hmm.
Fetch me some jelly off of the wreck, please.
The good stuff.
So as you open this up, it appears that nothing else occurs, and
Okay.
after a few seconds, and you kind of regain your composure, that appears that nothing else is happening.
Mm-hmm.
You go look inside, and you see a set of just piles, small piles, you know, but it seems to be a mixed, kind of a mixed bag of where Resmir has probably been doing her own skimming off of resources. You know,
Okay.
it's kind of a you get the visual repeat that even though people are collecting for the Hoard, along the way, the Hoard naturally gets a little smaller. People are taking for themselves. So you see a necklace, a gold necklace that has 2 peridot stones on it, kind of as pendants.
Yes.
That's worth 400 gold.
Okay.
You have a silver necklace. It's called a torque, if you know what I'm talking about. So it sits behind and, you know, ends here. They have intricately carved dragon heads out of silver, worth 200. There are 6 moonstones, worth 50 gold each.
Wow.
There are 20 loose pearls, worth 3,000 gold.
You said how many pearls?
20.
You said
My
20?
bag of
Yeah,
holding.
20, worth a total of 3,000. And then you find
Can I see this?
Yeah, I'm just
these
gonna pass it around. to
these stacks of coins,
everybody.
right? And so you notice that there are these stacks of coins in here, almost like if you took the chest, right, and kind of divided it. You know, you've got these stacks of coins on this side, and you've got this pile of gems and pearls. So there's 600 silver pieces, there's 200 gold, and 50 platinum.
Money, money, money.
Money.
And you said how much was it? Peridot necklace.
400.
Okay.
Does any of it have any magical properties at all, like any of the jewelry? Or is it just nice shiny things?
From your current perspective, it just appears to be jewelry. Since no one's cast detect magic or anything, there's not a...
And I'm sorry, you said the moonstones were worth how much each?
50 each. There's 6
Okay.
of those.
Okay, thank you.
I can snap you a picture and text it to you if you want. But if you've got it, then you
I got it.
You drifting.
Oh yeah, no, this is Racer's Alley here.
Oh yeah, they drift through this set of S curves. They love doing that on Friday nights.
Okay, after we see all of that, I'm then gonna take the letter I had just opened and read. I will start passing it around to everybody for them to be able to have it in their
Oh, okay. I will read it for the stream.
Please do, because I'm not gonna read it.
So
Dyslexia will kick
this
in.
is the letter. That way Joe knows what it says. To the Lady Talus Arundale. And Talus was the person that is a childhood friend of yours, of Ollie, that we met in chapter 7. Our mission moves forward as planned. The last of the crates should make its way to you shortly. Send them on the wyverns to Parnest, where Captain Ulthaston will take control of them and bring them aboard. Once the last of the crates are on the way, begin your preparations to clean the lodge. Kill Trespin and his trolls, recover the treasure they've been skimming off of Our Lady's hoard. We have no tolerance for those who would steal from Tiamat. With that done, and all of your critical possessions packed, burn the lodge to the ground. As for your inquiries into the so-called heroes of Greenest, I'm happy to say they're all dead in the Mirror of Dead Men. Fitting, no? With our part of the Hoard aboard, we can travel to our final destination and deliver it to Severin. I understand you worry about our alliance with Blagathkus. As long as we have what he wants, however, he will remain loyal. Since he is the only one capable of speaking to Escarlata, he is critical to this plan. I also understand your apprehension about Rathmadar, but Severin trusts him as much as we can trust any Red Wizard of Thay. As refugees from Thay, these Red Wizards being a great strength bring a great strength to the cult. You have served the cult well, Lady Talus. You honor your parents. Soon, when the time is right, I have no doubt that you will reach what you desire and wear the white dragon mask as you stand beside me as we watch our queen rise. Resmir, Worm Speaker of the Black.
Let's go ahead and send that letter out.
We need to drive the castle back to the hunting lodge and be like, just run the castle into the lodge.
The lodge bursts into flames. Game over, man. Game over.
We should, yeah.
I think we should hang on to that letter.
Yeah, no, we should definitely hang on to it. We should probably send that one and the second one to her, though.
I don't know if I trust her.
Well, it's his friend, so...
Is she... I don't know. I mean, is she... trustworthy?
Blah, blah, blah. Backstory. Yeah, blah, blah. Yes.
She hooked us up.
Yeah,
right?
She did,
Yeah.
but...
Well, I'm just saying, when you read this, is there anything that stands out in this letter to you? As I read it?
I'm alive, unlike that
Yeah.
one. So there's that.
Yep.
Yeah. She kind of lied, I think, because she knew we were still
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah.
So... I don't know.
Yeah. What's his face is the only person who can talk to the other person. I don't remember the names.
Yeah.
Blagathkus, do you remember him? Do you know who he is supposed to be? Do you remember?
Is that the white dragon up in the ceiling?
No,
No.
that's Glasshail.
No. Who's
So-
Blackheart?
Okay, so
Yeah.
Blagathkus is the storm giant that is, I guess you'd say, technically the owner of the castle.
I think I vaguely remember that.
Talus mentioned it.
Yeah.
Well,
Because that was
Yeah.
one of
possessions 9/10 of the law.
Yeah.
That was one of the.
It'll be ours soon.
That was one of the. That was one of the ways to get in. You could say, "All hail our mother Tiamat," I think is one of the ways to get on, and the other one was something like "Long live Blagathkus" or something. There was. I'm just
Or
saying.
fly on there.
Yes, with your
Banner.
With your banner, right? Is there anything else about this that you think is interesting? Okay.
Probably the,
I'd have
the
to
red
reread it
wizard.
again.
No, feel free. I mean, I'll hand it around. Y'all can feel free to read it. I need to know what you all are thinking when you're looking through this data.
Weren't we at Parnast or what's already?
You just left Parnas.
We
Yeah.
did, yeah.
Last of the crate should be on its way shortly. Someone Wyverns to Parnast. Captain, what's his face? Ovaltine.
We ran into him.
Yeah.
Isn't he the guy that we nuked?
Yeah, we killed him.
Yeah.
There's not very many people that we've left alive.
Yeah.
I've tried.
We did leave one of his guards.
You
Yeah,
tried.
that was
I
the
tried.
order.
Oh, I know.
Talked to everybody we fought,
Yeah, I was
and
about
they're
to
like,
kill him.
"No, we're fighting." So we obliterate them.
It's like, well, if that's the way you want to go.
Kill Trespin and his trolls.
I don't know that we ran into them. Or maybe
Yeah.
we did. We ran into trolls, I
We
think.
ran into trolls, but we never saw whoever Trespin is. That's probably because you never got teleported because we never touched anything.
Yeah, I kept
Not-
my hands to myself.
Sorry.
I had my hands to myself.
That's a little more meta than we should know. That's out of character.
Okay. So,
Do you feel as though we shouldn't have things stand out to?
oh, what you see and what you don't. I am curious what you find curious about that letter.
Did you write this yourself, I'm assuming?
No.
Well, I
is
think
part
the
of it?
fact that she
No,
thinks that
some
we're-
other person wrote this, and I was like, that is freaking brilliant. No, that's another GM running this game from a few years ago, and I was like, dude, I gotta use that because it gives
It's
there's
real
a
neat
lot
stream.
of there's a lot of interesting
It's upside down.
From a certain perspective, there's a lot of interesting data there.
Here's the thing, too.
From my perspective, there's a lot of interesting data there.
Why,
It doesn't necessarily mean that it's all useful to you, but it's...
why would Talus be asking about us? We didn't have any...
Which,
Right.
I don't think that is like, I think that might be that, but
Right.
if she came through before we were there,
Right.
then Talus would not have known about us.
Right.
And then all of a sudden we're there,
Right.
we would just be rumors. Obviously, we're getting through the command of, there's some people,
Some people talking about us.
murdering our
Yeah.
cult
Yeah.
and finding their way through this.
Right. Right.
So, I mean, it's plausible that we're known.
yeah.
I mean, we're delivering messages every day, like UPS trucks.
And you
Message
get a letter.
received.
You get a letter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you open it up and just a fist.
Whoop out!
Whoop out! Whoop out!
Can that be
Yeah.
what that scroll is? A
That's-
spell?
A spell of delivering face.
Like, it's a conjuring spell, you know, it
That's
takes an hour to
hilarious.
prepare, and it's a letter. And you open it, and it just does a D6.
Here, sir,
fist.
we have a letter for you.
I
cantrip
would,
coin.
I would say this. I would be more than happy for you to be able to do some spell research and perhaps discover some way to reformulate Mage Hand or Bigby's Hand or Unseen Servant or something like find a new crafting. I could really see you crafting a new spell based on current spell that then does that, like as a combination of message and Mage Hand, or you know what I mean. I can
Yeah.
totally see you.
It's
doing
it's
some
like a
spell
ritual
research.
that you have to. Yeah.
Yeah, I could totally see that being a spell you could decide to craft
Yeah.
in your own name.
So what stands
Totally
out?
could see that.
What stands out to me is
We could have like a letter that is also a pocket dimension, and when people open it, they just
It just sucks them in.
And like,
It's like a bag of holding.
it's funny.
It's a cross between bag of holding
Yeah.
and mimic.
Yeah.
You open the bag of holding and it just eats.
Oh, that'd be the reverse. No, I sent you a thing.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't ding.
Yeah. So what stands out to me is whenever we were talking. What'd you say?
really, that's funny.
That is absolutely now happening. That is happening. That is absolutely happening.
Oh,
That is
I just got
happening.
you a new spell, Joe.
It's happening. You don't have it yet,
you don't have it.
but
Yeah.
you will. You will. I can hardly. I know. I can hardly wait. I can hardly wait.
Jeez.
Oh, you don't know the backstory because you haven't been here.
Oh.
But I'm telling you,
Does it have to do with the rope?
pure gold. Pure gold.
I just see a picture of your dog.
Oh yeah,
And you're
it's just like that.
Saying
Pure gold,
that.
my little dog.
No, this is going way back.
This is going way back. This is before we were streaming.
Oh,
Ooh.
man.
This is pre-stream.
I cannot wait for you to get this spell, Joe. It's
Oh
good
god,
stuff.
I wish I could have thought of that. Oh my gosh, that's so good. All right, so anyway, what are we doing?
I want to
So-
investigate the stuff in the floor.
Okay, so what
I
are
am
you?
touching nothing.
I am
Touch it, but I want to look at it.
Okay, so do you have a rod or a stick or something that you?
Oh yeah. Let me just. No, I
That
do.
rod's not big enough.
I do have a quarterstaff.
Ah, we almost got a spit take.
I do have a quarterstaff.
Okay, you do have a quarter staff.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you kind of pick through this, you notice
Oh, God.
precisely three things
Uh huh.
in addition to another set of robes. So the robes that Pandora is currently wearing, the wearer of purple robes, hers are not as fancy as the purple robes that Resmir had on.
Okay.
Right. So there is a reasonably well put together set of purple robes that are of female volumetric size that would be considered an upgrade to what you're currently wearing. If you want to shake them out and kind of get the ash off of them, you'd be able to put on Resmir's robes at least and have prettier, certainly more convincing
Right.
purple robes.
I will don them.
Ooh. Are you gonna
Then-
doff the other ones?
Then there are 3 objects. There is what appears to be a brooch that has 5, looks like a 5 kind of dragon claws. So it looks like they're kind of fashioned in a circle, and then in the middle there's like some embossed, filigree kind of stuff. Right?
Okay.
So it's kind of a metal brooch, and it's somewhat reflective, but there's like filigree things, and it looks like kind of a created dragon claw
Around it.
pattern around it. It's about probably 3 inches across, kind of a brooch, almost like you would. It's not a clasp, but you could wear it as a clasp or a cloak, kind of
Gotcha.
a thing. But it's kind of a bigger pin looking thing. So you see that. You see her sword lying there, and then you see the black dragon mask.
Oh.
Put it on. Put it on. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I'm reading, by the way.
So you have no say in this.
Right.
Does the brooch seem...
She was wearing the black dragon mask before she died. She was wearing it, and now that she's gone, it's kind of think of like Sauron's head. When you cut the finger off,
Yeah.
It's like clank.
I
so you have
imagine
this
the
mask.
Wicked Witch from the Wizard of Oz. Just
Just
Yeah, but I'm just saying this mask, and but it's it looks like almost like a helmet, but it's not as heavy. It's not a metal. It's not like a steel helmet with stuff. It's more of a leather weight, to it. It's not made of leather.
Where's the
Right.
white dragon
It's
mask?
got
So-
some metal in it, and it's got some fabric in it. It's got lots of when you pick it up. If you were to look at it, it's
Where's
made
the
of different
going?
things,
Is
so
it-
its weight is not particularly
Is
heavy.
there kind of any ornate design on it or anything? Is it just very generic?
Roll. Let's see. Roll history.
3.
Okay.
Something telling.
All you see is you can tell that there is
But
a
tell us
what
it's
appears to
worthy
be
of
almost like a crown.
Okay.
If you were to, you can't really
to
call it a
get her-
crown, but
Right.
it's the only word I have.
Okay.
Right. So like a woven headbandish thing to the
Okay.
top of it. And then there is a black dragon's head.
She looks forward
It's
to
kind
her
of
taking her place.
jutting
is the
out?
white
sticking
dragon,
kind of
whatever.
up and out.
There's
a little
already
bit
Okay.
a white
from it.
dragon person.
That's the best way I can describe it.
So
It's
then
Okay.
Resmir and Talos must
it's
be
not
working
a-
together, and Talos lied
Okay.
to us.
Thank you.
you know what I mean. There's not
She
a
lied to us.
there's not a better way. I'm
That
gonna
is-
try and see if I have a image for it.
Okay.
I don't.
But I don't think there's actually. I don't think I have actually a.
Because she made it sound like she didn't
image
like
for
Resmir,
it.
but according to this,
That's exactly what I was getting ready to say.
Right.
Was my note say that
yeah,
Yeah, we
Lady-
need some
Yeah.
clarification on
Arundel
at a DM level,
said
not in
that
game.
she was disrespected by Resmir,
right?
and she didn't think she could handle everything? Well, that basically said
They're
they're kind of
basically buddy-buddy.
in cohorts or whatever.
Yeah,
whatever
they're
the
trying
word
to.
I'm
There's
say.
already someone.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
because there's already someone that's wearing the white dragon mask.
Yeah.
And this makes it sound like they're working together to get rid of the person that's wearing the white dragon mask.
Exactly. Obviously, they don't seem like they're.
Because Talos would have lied to us if that's the case.
Yeah.
That's why I'm wondering if
Okay.
is that perfectly written towards our campaign. Like, everything...
Okay, let me say this. Not everything that you read, everywhere that you pick up, will necessarily be non-political. In other words, to say it again, there are things that you will pick up that could be political in nature. Does not necessarily mean that the things you read are true.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah.
there are things that you may pick up and read that could be true.
Yeah.
They could be political.
Right.
They could be true and political.
Right.
But they could be false, and they can be false and political.
Right. Maybe.
So my response to what you're reading is that I think, yes, I see how it fits in this campaign, and I think it fits just fine.
Right.
Generally speaking. That is, there are things in there that are true. There are things that are not true.
Right.
There are things that are political, and there are things that are not political.
Maybe.
So that's how I'm going to answer you with, how does that fit in?
Right.
All of those things are true somewhere in there.
Okay.
See, part of that makes me wonder if, like,
Maybe.
Resmir is trying to build up Lady Talus or something.
Or maybe Talus told us how she truly feels and did not ever disclose that to Resmir. Maybe she just acted a certain way towards Resmir.
Towards
to
us,
Right.
so maybe we
To
would have a
gain
certain
favor.
perception
And-
of us. Yeah.
Well, she wants the white dragon mask. Who cares
Right.
if she gets the black dragon mask?
Right.
If she goes, I want to embarrass her and get her out, okay, but her goal is still the white dragon mask.
Yeah.
Right.
Or maybe her goal is all of them.
Could be. Maybe. We don't know.
Right. So I still think she's going after the white, so she probably was like, hey, we're friends.
Yeah.
So that means Resmir would have been against the person wearing the white dragon mask. If we showed this letter to the person wearing the white dragon mask, that might be
Interesting. Oh, where'd you make that? Well, we murdered her and took it from her.
Yeah.
So you can either give us your mask, or we have another letter
we
for
have
you.
a message. Yeah.
Here, open this. Crank, crank. Yeah.
Does the brooch?
I'm not trying to confuse you with this.
Oh,
letter.
I know.
That is not my intention. It is my intention. Again, I keep coming back to. I need you to understand the politics. Of
It's
things
a
that are
cult.
happening.
Things happen.
Right.
Cult. Exactly. It's a
To
cult.
me,
Things
that's
happen.
it's just really interesting. Like,
Yeah.
it's really cool. Like, I like, this is the roleplay side of it. Like, this is neat to
Yeah.
be
Right.
part
This
of.
is
Well-
a non-dice thing. This is
Right.
like, hey, wait a minute. We gotta think about what we're doing.
And I mean, it almost still
Well,
makes
I
you
got a
question like the loyalties for Talus.
Exactly.
I mean-
Well, that's what when I was reading over my notes, I was like, hey, that's obviously written in a different light than what we thought, what was happening. And so that's what I'm thinking.
I mean, I don't know. So,
Like, who can you trust?
no one in the cult. Just kill everyone.
So, question.
Are you the cult? Well, I guess I.
Yeah. Here's a letter.
Ollie, in light of this recent information, do you think Talus would use us to further her gain in the cult and backstab us later?
That is not your understanding of her personality that you remember. That doesn't mean that she hasn't changed, but that it would not be a perception you would directly have. That
Okay.
to you, that wouldn't sound like something she'd do.
But I mean, the letter is also confuddling, and could see that she's playing games, and who knows what other games she could be playing.
Which person are you thinking is playing games?
She playing those love games.
Talos, because
Okay.
that's what it seems like with that information and whatnot. It might not be directed at us. Sure, like she's not trying to get us in trouble, obviously, because she didn't give us away or anything like that. but it definitely seems like she's got an end goal.
Well, she's definitely using us to a degree because we're humiliating. I mean, well, we killed Resmir.
Yeah, that's a step above humiliating.
Yeah, look at it.
Sure. But
I mean,
for backstory purposes, is this the only mask that we've come across
Can I see it?
and gotten?
Yes.
I'm just gonna shoot a picture.
And
Yeah,
how
you've
many?
never-
How many? So this is the first time that we've experienced this kind of thing, like the mask, and then a reference to another one.
You had heard of the first, I think the first mask reference you really heard of was, it was a while ago, and somebody, I think you were in Baldur's Gate. Somebody was talking about the wearers of purple, and how there is a wearer of purple that, where the wearers of purple have a particular dragon color that's who they represent.
Gotcha.
There's like in the cult, there's not a lot of
All the
levels,
heads
but they call them worm speakers, and the heads of each of, there's 5 worm speakers, and each of them represents a color. And so you knew that there are worm speakers. There's like a white one and a black one and a red one, right? For
So
all
we
the,
basically nuked out this head.
well, you just know that if you would draw from your history and go, okay, Resmir was the black worm speaker.
Okay.
You would put that together.
right.
Okay.
But up until Talus was the first person to tell you that they had masks. Right? She's the one that told you specifically.
Okay.
There's a person, the white worm speaker has the white dragon mask.
Okay.
That's the first time you heard that reference. And now that you have dispatched her, you now see that
She's
sits
got
before you, there is a black dragon mask. There is a thing that was previously covering her head
Okay.
with a black dragon on it. Iconography. Like, kind of like a snake. If a snake was a circlet, and you had the snake head at the front, it's like, it's this woven circlet, and then there's a black dragon head on it.
Gotcha. Okay. So, I mean, do we want to hunt down this white dragon person, or do we want to confront, or at least see what Talos thinks and bring this letter up? Be like, hey,
Well,
don't
we're
think-
long past Talus. I mean,
Yeah.
she was
We saw her
way back in.
yeah. I think last time I played, we
Yeah.
left from there and
Yeah,
got to the
you're
village.
on the castle, and you're moving through the sky.
Okay.
Something that's gonna.
Does the brooch look like it's magical at all? I mean, would I perceive any properties?
when I get close and touch it?
Well, if somebody casts like detect magic or
Should
understand
we-
magic or something, then I could tell you that. But
Should we?
your perception at this moment, at this very second,
Mm.
is that there
It's
is
just a brooch.
there is a mask and there is a sword. There's
Okay.
a brooch. There's a pile of ash.
Okay.
And Pandora has changed into a nicer set of purple robes. That's what you know.
I'm reading a book. I have no idea what's going on.
I'm gonna say, hey.
Right. I'm
That's what's actually
I'm maybe rolling around the bed, seeing if I can
Yeah.
feel something underneath the sheets. But other than that, I'm reading a book. But if it's time for me to do something, I will 10-minute work up a detect magic.
I'll say, hey, let's see if these items are magical or maybe safe to deal with.
I'm milling around looking at the walls and everything that looks.
You're still paranoid. A knock comes to the door.
Oh.
Oh, shitballs.
Are you serious?
I'm not.
Okay.
Like, oh crap! Oh crap!
Thaumaturgy really quick.
We all
like,
stand
clean
around
room.
and
Like,
stare at each other
I was
like,
like,
what do
that
we
was
do?
awesome. That was great.
Hey guys, sorry, that was me.
So yeah, after 10 minutes, you can tell that the 3 items on the floor are all glowing.
Awesome. Those are magical.
All right.
Do I see anything else? Like, is there any special items in the bed
do
or
you
underneath?
get to? No, there's nothing else. Does it tell you like class of magic?
Oh,
or
I do
what
believe
is it?
so. Detect
I was gonna say, does it tell you
magic.
what it?
Presence of magic 30 feet from me. You sense the way. Blah blah blah. and you learn the school of magic, if any. If it is visible to me. If the object is visible.
They definitely are.
Yeah. I'm learn its school of magic.
Let me see if there's a school of magic.
Who out of this list have we killed?
I don't. There's not a school
So-
of magic for this
I think
brooch.
just Resmir.
So I'll just
So,
say,
and then,
Well,
Oh,
we
yeah,
have
the
our
yeah.
mage
So
do
basically,
an Arcana check. on it.
Resmir's side of things is dealt with.
right.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So
mage.
then, to me,
Roll me some Arcana
Red
checks on
Wizard,
these things.
We have not killed it. We've been following him.
I need 3 of them.
that sounds like that could be the red dragon head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Obviously.
Actually, I don't. We don't know yet. He
Yeah,
might
that's
be.
exactly what I
It,
need.
it sounds like it would be.
Anybody
right.
bless
It
him?
sounds
It
right.
makes sense.
He can bless himself.
Are you gonna bless yourself?
Then there's a white dragon
Sure.
mask.
Or
Forgive
did
you,
you
child,
use,
forgive
did you
you.
use your?
Who has the
Do you
white
have your
dragon?
portent
Yeah,
dice?
We don't know where they're at.
Okay.
I
rolled
did not
for
roll
today?
portent
You
dice.
should roll your portent dice just so you have them.
3 and 2.
Okay. Those aren't gonna help you.
I know. I need my good D20. Where'd it go?
The pink one?
The one
Yeah, I
you,
found it.
the one you boiled. I rolled a 1 and a 5 for you.
Thanks. Well, no, these are good because I can make enemy rolls fail too.
Oh, that's cool.
So instead of shield, it's just.
Yeah.
And you miss anyway.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I didn't
Okay, so first Arcana, 19
know. Okay.
Ooh.
and 21 and 8.
Okay. So which thing do you care least about? Like rank them.
What are the options?
There's well, you have a mask, a sword, and a brooch.
I think we kind of know with the sword because we've been hit by it.
Yeah, I care least about the sword. The mask and the brooch seem really interesting just because, dragon masks and the
Okay.
brooch, I have no idea, so that could be really intense.
Okay.
Or dumb.
So you can tell that this is it has ebony, these ebony dragon looking thing, and it's got like I said, it's got kind of this woven crown that looks almost somewhere between bone and rope or something. You can tell that it would grant you, if you were to wear it, you would be granted resistance to acid. And there may be more things available to you, but it appears that it would grant dark vision and some other things. You can tell that it's a multifaceted item. It does.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that it does.
Okay, so this does a lot.
It's real neat. I now pin it straight to my skin.
Well, I'm just saying,
You start to hear whispers.
I can't really tell you more.
Right.
Your behaviors tell me whether or not you know how much this knows. The brooch it has like I said, it has these claws on it, and it's got this filigree stuff. You can tell as you look at it that there is something behind what it is you're seeing. Almost, it looks like a purple flame that's not actually glowing at the moment, but it looks like there is a place for like a purple flame to well up. And you can tell that this would empower unarmed strikes. If you were to use your fists, you would get a +1, and your fists themselves in that kind of a combat would be considered magical.
Interesting.
All right.
They'd be your fists would be considered magic weapons.
Interesting.
Okay.
And then the sword. Did you pick it up, or are you just looking at it?
He got an 8 on it. So
You got an 8 on it. I just need to know. Did you pick it up?
Yep. Well, since you're asking like that, no, I don't touch anything
Okay.
ever.
Okay. You can tell that it obviously is it's been magically sharpened and honed. So it appears that this would cleave armor and be easier to defeat the armor of the target. So you can tell that there's a magical property that would make it easier to hit, basically. It obviously can also. It appears to have a necrotic side. There's kind of an ooze of like kind of a black ichor that just kind of moves on its own every so often along the edge. So you can tell that this would also do necrotic damage. And then it appears that it has some properties that would make it some kind of it appears to you as being like a magical focus, almost like a wand. There's some property about it that it has its own arcaneness to it.
Okay.
But you can't discern
Sounds intense.
anything more than that, just by looking.
Just by a look.
Well, I'm just saying
Okay.
that's your investigation as you look, but
It's a good fight.
So
Yeah.
you just got a new
Looks
sword.
cool, guys.
yeah, it's a great sword. I mean, it's a big two-handed
Yeah.
sword. I mean, it's big.
That would get rid of your shield.
Shield, yeah.
Is it meant for?
Someone should pick this thing up.
Huh?
Someone should pick
Someone
this
should
thing
pick this thing up.
I'll pick it up.
Okay.
All right.
I'll
All right.
lean down and pick it up.
As you pick it up,
Nothing
Do
for
I
Michael
want to
today.
pick it up?
you feel it kind of hum in your hands, and then it moves on
It's
its
gonna cut
own,
off my arm.
and you hear it speak,
Uh-oh.
and it says, "I do not belong to you."
Uh-oh.
That's bad news bears.
Okay, then I'm gonna take it and I'm just gonna throw it on the ground.
Okay.
Really quick. I'll be like,
What happened?
What
You're the only one that heard it.
okay, I will say, I'm not the owner of this. I do not want it.
Possession is 9/10 of the law.
Where did it move? Like, did it move like it was going to?
She's the only one. That
Okay,
knows
did
what
it
happened.
move like it was going to attack you, or what?
It just hummed and it said, I'm not the owner and it does not belong to me. And so I will not belong to it. It is not mine. I do not want it. And
Yeah.
so there it
Good thing I
is.
didn't touch it.
Not touching that.
Hmm.
One of you can have another go, but I do not want it.
Who's the owner?
Resmir
I'm
Was.
I'm assuming
was.
it was Resnick.
If we pick it up and smush it through
Well,
its
who killed
ashes.
Resmir?
I don't know.
It's yours then.
Yeah, why don't you try picking it up?
Well,
I'll try to pick
how'd
it
it
up.
go?
I can't touch it. I know what'll happen if I touch it, so I'm not.
I'll try to pick it up, but I want to drop it if I get some similar reaction.
Okay. So as you pick it up, it goes.
Whoa!
Ooh.
Hey now.
Let's you guys.
Oh,
We can work together and accomplish much.
I told you.
You're a warlock.
Of course. I feel a conflict within you. You serve another.
You serve
He
another.
sounds like Voldemort.
You're a warlock.
Well, no.
But I sense great possibilities. Yield to me,
Oh.
and we can do great things.
I'm gonna throw it down.
What? What's wrong? What is wrong, my friend?
The sword wants me.
Started
Okay,
humming
what's wrong with that?
and
Can I put it in the bag of holding?
Sure.
Okay, I'll stuff it in the bag of holding.
So as you put it in the bag of holding, it goes, no, wait. You yield to me.
Wait, I came out a little strong. Slow down.
Don't ignore me. The power between us would be incredible.
incredibly
You
sensual.
know it would be good for both of us. Don't deny the power that you hold in your hands.
Oh my.
I don't wield swords.
You do now.
Oh, you tell him.
It feels like you do. I know previously you're only familiar with short ones. Tiny diggers. You're only used to daggers.
Really, I would call them butter knives.
But I could
Stiletto.
I could teach you.
Oh man. Okay. Oh, hold on.
So you're just gonna drop it in the bag of holding? Or are you just gonna go?
I'm gonna just set it down in the room for a little bit and just kind of
So is this something we don't want?
go watch it. I don't know.
Time out.
Is this what we need to chuck off this thing?
I'm feeling like it might be. Oh man.
We gotta exercise
So,
the demons.
what is it? What? So can I talk to the sword? I mean,
No, you can try
Okay.
and talk to it.
I will try to talk to the sword.
Okay.
Why do you want me to submit to you?
I'm powerful.
I think you gotta
I
talk a little louder.
can, I can grant you power.
Okay.
I live to kill,
Well,
but I cannot
welcome
wield.
to the teens.
But I can't wield myself.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take
Yes,
this.
Oh, I gotta. The sword really wants him to befriend it.
Yeah.
It really wants him to befriend it.
I'm
It's
just
like,
gonna keep reading this letter and just peer over it every once in a while.
If
Go on.
if I use you, I'm not going to submit to you. But we
Well.
can work together.
it's either work together or fight against one another.
We can work together, but I'm not going to submit.
It's my way or the highway.
Well, I'm okay with working together, but not.
Put it back in the bag.
Yeah. Stuff him in the sack.
The highway.
Just hit it on the ground a couple times.
Rub it in the goo.
I can't grant you your power without an agreement.
What kind of
Ooh.
agreement are you?
You have your goals. I have mine.
What
Is
are
this
your
thing
goals?
talking to you?
Yeah.
You guys ready for a side quest? I'll talk to it real quick, and we'll be out of here.
What are your goals?
Well,
What are your aspirations?
Yeah.
What are your-
You guys just hear me like talking to this thing, like.
I hope so.
Just like, what's going on?
I want to kill.
That's it.
For now.
Mm.
That's right up your alley.
Well, yeah, that's
I'll
true.
let you know.
What does it want?
Yeah, what does it want? Does
It
it like to
wants-
kill black
It
dragons?
wants to kill.
What if it wants
Do
to
you
keep black dragons alive?
Discriminate in what you like to kill.
Well. It depends.
Trick question.
But generally,
We murder everything.
let's see. How do I want to answer that question? generally, I like killing people like you.
Oh.
But in your case, I make an exception.
Mm-hmm. So you want me to submit to you in what way?
When the time comes, don't resist me.
Oh, wow. Wow. Resist you in what way? Like, what do you plan on doing?
When we go hill
If I-
deep, go hill deep.
If I, if I,
Go hill deep.
if I need you to go help deep into somebody, don't question me. Just do it.
And what if I refuse?
Well, so let me pause this because there are things you need to understand.
Okay.
This is a sentient weapon.
Oh, yeah, I figured that.
Okay, sentient weapons. If you attune to a sentient weapon,
Right,
generally speaking, you get more out of it.
right.
Right. The trade-off is if the sentient weapon ever calls on you to do something, and you don't do it,
Uh-huh.
you're going to have to make some kind of a saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you don't, and if you fail at that point, if you get into a disagreement with your weapon
Uh-huh.
that you're attuned to,
Mhm.
if you disagree and you fail, it basically takes over you.
Oh.
Ooh.
Its mind basically will take over you
Oh.
and it will get you to do whatever it wants to do.
The task is gonna happen
Oh.
one way or another.
Well,
Do it.
obviously, if you don't attune to it, then it
Question.
it can't
Can't do its thing.
because you haven't agreed to that.
T for timeout.
Right.
Of us five, would any of us have come in contact or have that knowledge of what a sentient weapon is and the implications?
He 100%, Thylak 100% would understand that.
So tell him it's
With-
perfectly fine.
with-
Nothing's gonna
with the-
happen.
With the arcane, the knowledge of the arcane that Thylak has, he 100% would understand the implications of a sentient weapon.
Yeah.
He would completely understand the idea of sentience.
What is it?
The
What is
general,
it?
Yeah.
the general issue is whether or not your motives align with its motives will
Right.
try to tell you that they're sentient. So
Right.
they don't always tell the truth
Right.
because they're effectively weapons possessed by a being from a certain perspective. I mean,
Right.
they're awake, right?
Mhm.
They understand. They just don't have a body
Right.
because the weapon effectively is their body. I mean, it's the best way I can describe it.
Right.
And so the weapon has its own mind and goals.
Uh-huh.
And so if they align well with yours and you don't always know what they are, even if they try and tell you, you never really know.
Right.
If they align well, then it's
It
not a
works
big
out.
deal.
Right.
This
But
one
if
sounds
they
a
take
little
over,
angry.
if they take over your body, is that permanent? Like.
Typically, if you've argued with it,
Uh-huh.
and it decides to take you over,
Uh-huh.
Thylak would be able to tell you that it's typically not permanent. But
Okay.
for a time,
It takes over.
you're its bitch.
Okay. Okay.
It's effectively like getting charmed,
Oh, okay.
right? You become friendly to it and willing to do whatever it is it tells you to do for a period of time. I mean, that's the
Is it
So-
considered a
Yeah.
charm? Is it considered a charm?
No, you can't get
It's
away from
not-
being immune to
it-
charm.
you're not
That's
immune to
right.
charm. You're not immune to charm because you're willing.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, if you take the time to attune to a weapon,
Right. Right.
you are willingly joining. You're entering that contract.
Okay.
Right. So
Yeah.
it's not like it's casting a spell on you,
Right.
but the
It's a
effect-
curse with a
but-
dotted line.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. It's a
Interesting.
contract basically,
Uh-huh.
until you choose to not attune to it.
So at any point I can just say I don't want to attune to this anymore.
Yeah.
Drop it and
Yeah, you
like
could
hold
de-
on
Once
to
it's
it.
taken
but
over your mind.
Yeah,
but not
you
attune
can
to it.
You can de-attune to a weapon
Okay.
or anything that you've attuned to. You
Okay.
can remove your attunement. The attunement process happens by spending an hour concentrating. Effectively, that's what they talk about.
On that,
Spending an hour, kind of getting to know it,
Okay.
becoming familiar, and you can spend another hour basically undoing that at any time.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's true with anything that says requires attunement. That's what
Okay.
it's saying.
You can.
It says requires attunement. It's your attunement isn't permanent because you can only have 3 attuned items
Okay.
ever
Right.
on you.
Right.
Not on you. Only 3 things attuned to you at
at a
any
time.
given time.
Right.
And so you might have, in theory, 5 items that you could attune to, 2 of which are in your bag or
Okay.
wherever, right? That are your
Right.
possessions, but
Right.
you're not
Attuned.
currently attuned to them.
Right.
Interesting.
So typically an attuned item has this much stuff you get without attuning to it, and this much stuff if you do attune to it. That is a
Okay.
pretty common thing. Now there are some things that just they do nothing unless you attune to it.
Right.
But
Okay.
I mean it's this is sentient.
Okay.
And so roll perception.
I was not perceptive. Let's see.
Okay. If you're not perceptive, you're not.
Yeah, it was like 4. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like not at all.
Yes. So far your perception says this thing is bloodthirsty.
Okay. I'll hang on to it,
Okay.
but just
So you're gonna bag it?
yeah.
So you bag it. Long story. It's bagged.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll talk later.
Yeah.
Yep, we'll talk later. So, what do you want to do with the brooch and the mask? Anything?
What do you think?
What was the question?
Well, now that we've resolved the swad,
The brooch. What's the brooch?
the brooch is the thing I was telling you about that appears to make your fists +1 in magical. So the question is, does anybody want that? Do you care?
I'm not a fisticus person, so
I don't think any of us really are. I have like 3 base damage, but I also
well,
have a.
it's
We
a,
need a monkey.
it's a
Yeah.
it's a monk or a strength weapon. So it's one of you two. Do you have a magic weapon yet?
No. Wait.
I assume my halberd of warning is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Or she doesn't. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna hold on to it.
I don't think so.
Unless I drop the
There are
halberd
things
for
that-
Michael.
I know what your abilities are. I already know a lot of things about. Well, I already know that there are ways you can solve all the problems that I give you. I'm not handing you anything in this game that you can
Right.
fix, repair, bend it to your will, make it do cool things.
We don't need your permission.
I know. Like we have so few weeks left of this campaign. Let's do some crazy stuff and almost die.
So what?
Okay.
What is
She
that
dead.
called? I was gonna add
What?
it to my.
That's why I tried doing that from the start. Ha, ha, ha.
I'm not gonna.
We should have rode
tell
that
you.
dragon
Oh,
at the
okay.
beginning.
Okay.
unless
Until
Unless
you
What
somebody-
was it?
until somebody is actually going to
Pin it.
put this into use. If you're going to carry it and use it,
Okay.
if it's going to be a thing for you,
What is
regardless
it?
of whether you attune to it, I need to know if you're gonna do it and use it and it's not gonna be a bag, then we can put it in your inventory. Other than that, we'll just keep it in the back of our mind.
Well, see, my thing is I don't use swords,
Right.
so it's like. Yeah.
I mean, I can take. You can't take it. I can't take it if it won't work for me, though, right?
You don't know that.
You also have the other weapon that's just there as well.
What weapon?
Cannot.
The brooch for fisting.
Oh yeah. The
Good
brooch
choice
of
of
fisting.
words.
Yeah.
It's not called that. It's called the insignia of claws.
Oh,
That I'm willing to tell you what it's called. It's the insignia of claws.
I hope you name the other one.
It will be. It will be. It'll be exactly that.
Oh, you already have it all planned out, don't you?
Yep. Already know.
Okay. Please, screenshot
So-
it and send it to the group when you get it done.
If that sword wants me to use it, but I can't wield or use.
You couldn't wield. I can just tell you right now.
It will teach you.
Sure. I've got a question. Hey, Thylax, since
You're
you
not
know
proficient.
Yeah. that's what
about
I do.
sentient weapons, can you get benefits from them just by being attuned, even if you're not going to use them?
I'd imagine so.
Oh, well, in that case.
That hint. Yeah, so it's like, okay, so you attune to this thing and you get +1 to charisma. Okay, you still get the charisma. You don't have to use the sword to get it.
Right. I just get the bonus.
It can hang out there.
Right.
It'll hang out and whisper in your ear.
Am I incorrect thinking that? I don't know what benefits this guy gives.
Right.
So.
I know, and I can't. tell
Right,
you.
no.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
My hands are tied because otherwise it. I mean, I can just tell you everything, but it's
That'd
more
be boring.
interesting when you
Yeah.
figure things out.
If you don't like it unattuned,
I like it.
chuck it off.
when you
Yeah, that's
when
what
you
I'm thinking.
solve problems.
I will attune to it. Or
Okay, so you're going to
Good. I
plan.
was about to do
Plan
the
on it.
No
Yeah.
Balls Tiny Penis Man Card Challenge.
yeah.
So you're going to plan
I
on
plan
it
on doing it, yeah.
because it takes an hour.
Okay.
Okay, so it's still in the bag.
Right.
You still don't have it.
Okay.
All right. So what are we doing with the black dragon mask?
Is that the thing that gives you immunity and stuff?
It was immunity. It was
Yeah, there. I read some things that it would
night vision.
I think we
yeah,
should destroy
night
it.
vision.
Nice vision.
Night vision, basically.
No.
Dark vision.
Thermals.
I'm kidding.
Keeps
Yeah, I don't
you
know.
warm.
Whispers in a different voice.
Yeah.
A lady's voice.
He's the latest man.
I don't.
The
It's not
latest
love,
man.
not unlike them.
I'm a Slytherin snake. I'm a snake mask.
He can do that line really
Has
good.
anybody picked it up yet?
I'm not touching it.
No.
I guess I'll pick it up.
Okay. So Pandora walks over to it, and you notice that as you pick it up, it moves in your hand, and, and it changes size such that it looks like it would fit your head perfectly.
I'm gonna have to kill you now.
You look like a black dragon to me.
Nope. You just know that it seems to.
The mask just.
Yeah,
It
I
just
imagine.
seems, it just
It's
seems
just
like,
like
it is
the
The mask,
resized.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just put it in my bag.
Okay.
I mean, I'm
We don't want to use the
envisioning-
things that you gave us.
I'm envisioning the mask where it's like, if I put it on, I'm worried it's not gonna come off.
I will say this: if you have her robes on and you have her mask on,
You can
it
get
might
us
be
through
good.
anyway.
How do I know this thing isn't gonna be able to come off at some point?
I don't know. You don't know.
So
Well,
there's
you know,
I'll just
I
have
can
to kill
do
you.
some
at that
pretty
point.
good makeup, and we can just draw some eyes on that bad boy.
Okay.
Has it talked to you? If it hasn't, I would say.
I'll
it
just-
might
Well, we
be
know
good.
it does immunity and stuff.
Yeah, so it'd be good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
If
will,
you're not gonna wear it, I will take it because I'm the weakest one out of everyone here. So I have no problem.
So-
Plus, I like playing dress up.
So
I got lots of costumes.
I'm wondering, would it benefit you more or
It's
me?
gonna fit your face now.
Because it's in my hands, but does it take the shape of whoever is touching it?
You tank a lot, so it could be. I'm more than welcome to letting you have it. Like I'm
Okay.
not here.
Well, I'll go ahead and take it and put it up to my face.
Put it on.
So as you go to put it on your face, it
Just start screaming.
no,
Nothing happened.
as you put it on, you the rest of you don't see it. To you appear to put it on your head, and you do not perceive any change. You
Okay.
can't. In fact, you other than being able to feel it, you perceive nothing has changed.
Right.
The rest of you see the mask changes, and it has these black horns like a dragon face, and you see kind of a draconic visage kind of come forward,
Oh.
and down her neck and kind of under her robes looks like the neck with dragon scales, these black dragon scales. Okay,
Gonna
so
murder
she
you.
It looks great.
she looks
Pandora, keep it on.
she looks very much like a dragon, or dragon-like. You don't. I wouldn't say you look exactly like Resmir at this point, but I would say
Close enough.
you look very similar to Resmir from a standpoint of you've got black dragon horns, you have this black face. Now, I will tell you that while you wear this, she's a black dragon. It's the black dragon mask. You have resistance to acid damage.
Okay.
Okay. Do you already have resistance
Keep
to acid
time out.
damage?
I think he'll have an item for you to where once you
I
equip
do.
it, it'll give that stuff to you. So
I
you
do.
don't have to worry about this.
I do. I'm curious. Do you currently have resistance to acid damage?
No.
Okay, I'm just curious
I don't know.
because if you already have
Yeah,
resistance,
'cause if
you
it was
become
mine-
immune.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll say defense C like mine says
Oh,
necrotic.
okay, yeah. Okay, no, I do not.
If you wear no other armor, okay,
Okay.
this would allow you to add your charisma bonus to your armor class.
It is for me! But it's too late.
If you happen to have a breath weapon that requires a long rest to recharge, it recharges at a dice roll of 6.
Okay.
Ooh.
You get dragon sight. That is, you get dark vision to a radius of 60 feet. If you already have dark vision, it goes out another 60 feet.
I wouldn't put it on though.
Once
Ooh.
per day,
It's a black
once
dragon.
per day, you get blind sight to a range of 30 feet for 5 minutes, which means there is nothing can be hidden from you. So once a day, for 30 feet from you, you see everything for 5 minutes. You already knew Draconic, but you automatically read
Son of
and
a bitch!
speak and understand Draconic. You also have advantage on any charisma check against black dragons.
Oh.
And
'Cause
it
I would
comes
already
with,
do that.
it has a legendary resistance. Once a day, you can just choose to succeed a saving throw that you fail on. You just choose to succeed.
She's like, this is real neat.
And you can breathe. And you can breathe underwater.
Oh,
that's
and go
handy.
diving.
You can go diving.
Okay.
So that's everything this does. This is a black dragon mask. You should be able to go to your equipment and just type in black dragon mask, and it should find it. And you should be able
Should have been more greedy.
Okay.
She does have to keep it forever.
Oh, I know.
It does.
I'm not worried.
It
about
does. It does require attunement. So you won't get all these benefits unless you spend your time attuning it. So right now, it does the look thing like automatically, right? Like if you put it on, it makes you look this way. That's what it does. It makes you look this way. But all of the other benefits, right?
Does it change her like physical size?
Hasn't made her
Okay.
taller or shorter.
Okay.
No, it just changes.
The look.
It changes. It's almost like you put on a full armor mask
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I'm gonna put my face up to it and try and pull it off. Will it come off?
Wait, what? You're gonna put your face
Put your
up
face
No,
there?
up
on my
to it.
hands. I'm sorry. My hands up to it.
From your perspective,
Okay.
you're literally just like lifting this little ring off your head, and it's the
And it
instant
does come off.
the instant you take it off your head,
Okay.
all of that visual
Okay.
magic goes away. It just immediately goes back and you're ignored.
Okay. That was.
I was
my-
about to murder you.
Okay. Say stop.
Hammer time.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
My no-no squares.
Yeah. So
So how was it?
Fabulous.
Feel cleansing?
Yes.
Okay.
Whole new person.
so that's your stuff. That's what you found. So you found lots of monies.
What did it do for you?
I
Da-da-da.
feel invincible and on top of the world.
Damn it. Such is life.
You can't convince anybody you're a Resmir. You're a guy.
That's
Unless
not
you, Unless
true.
you start like stuffing socks.
Hey.
How come they're off kilter? Sorry.
Disguise kit.
I'll roll some persuasion or deception any day.
Okay.
Oh, that's true.
That's
yeah.
true. That is true. And you have disguise kits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I can legit turn into Resmir.
Yeah.
Well, then that might not be a
Yeah.
bad thing.
Yeah. We have our Resmir replacement.
Yeah, that'll work.
I share.
I forget that you do the
share?
I
performance
share.
thing.
You share? You with the other one?
other one.
If we
The
come
brooch.
across another mask,
Sure.
You're gonna need her robes. If you're gonna, are you gonna pretend to be Resmere?
take it off.
You can always put the others. Yeah.
That's so beneficial to us if I'm Resmere.
Well, and you can put on the other
Other
robes that you
purple
had.
robes
yeah.
I had. Yeah.
Now, if we found a brass dragon, no, there's not a brass dragon. I don't think.
Why isn't there a brass dragon?
'Cause, well,
Are you saying brass dragon mask?
I didn't think of what. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because
hear you.
Oh,
good, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So the chromatics are the bad. The metallics are good, and the crystalline are
Weird.
generally good, but they're weird.
Yeah.
They're so old that they think that a lot of this stuff that's happening over here is kind of stupid. They're like scholars, and they're the like sculpted the world, and
They're
you
the
know,
Watchers.
Yeah, the onyx
Yeah,
dragons
I put it
and the sapphire dragons and this.
Thanks.
So your crystalline dragons, they're.
Do you want any gold for that?
But you
No,
have
I
a
get
pet
Or anything?
topaz dragon that's with you.
Do I
What the heck?
He's with you all the
Oh.
time. He's a little
The
whelpling.
Aw.
You found a topaz when you were transported to the celestial plane.
using your charisma
You were
bonus, like
given
my
a
charisma's
topaz dragon
plus
egg that
5.
is hatched. So you have
Does
a.
it talk at all or anything?
plus
or is
two.
it just...
You haven't heard
Yeah.
it talk. It kind of squawks
It-
around
That'd
and
be
stuff
good.
right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's in
It's
squawk.
very-
So my
It's
AC
very
went
young.
from 12
It's
to
very
16.
very young. I'm
There
sure
you go.
Yeah.
as it ages, it will.
So instead of getting
But topaz
kicked in the
dragons
butt,
are
Yeah.
the
take it.
scholarly
You can
ones.
handle it.
They tend to.
I've done
Read
a tiny bit of
someone's
research,
They
so I know
tend-
a little bit.
Yeah,
about it.
topaz dragons tend to read everything, and they want to.
They're the librarian.
They're the librarians. They're very know-it-all. They'll tell you you're wrong. They're like, no, you're wrong. And they know where they read it. They know where they read it. They have very good memories.
It was in page 300 of this thesaurus.
Yeah, this text, which is
Interesting.
not a bad code
You
word
just
to have.
chuck all the books at it.
Yeah, it kind of will read voraciously and do that. But he's definitely a whelp at this point. I mean,
Okay.
he's very smart.
That's cool. I'm good with that.
But you have a topaz whelp. That's
He's
with
neat.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was Ollie's reward for being all badass in the celestial plane. Okay, what are we doing?
So what are we gonna do with the letter?
I need an
You
hour.
hang on to it.
Okay.
Well, if he's taking an hour to disguise himself, I'll use that time to.
Well, it's a
Is it an actual knock this time?
it takes an hour to attune yourself.
It's
to
an
it.
actual hour. I mean, it's,
Well, you look
it's
like
an
it.
actual knock.
You look
Ooh,
like
it's
it
an actual
now,
knock.
so
No, well, yeah, I can put it on.
right. Put it on.
And you hear, you get this.
Who is it? In Resmir's voice.
Okay, do you have the mask on?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're answering in Draconic?
Yep.
Great. And your performance is?
24.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Excellent. And you hear, I'm not going to try and do a voice of a kobold, but there's a kobold speaks back and, yes, mistress, I have your evening meal. Please, are you ready to take your evening meal?
I'll look
But
down.
more like a little kobold,
Yeah.
draconic-y kind of thing. I
I'm
can't do
gonna
that.
look down at the Swiss roll that I have on the
Yeah.
floor over here. I think I'm not hungry, but I'll go and I'll tell everybody, get over there to the side, and I'll just open it and be like, hand it here.
Okay.
I'll open the door and be like, hand it here. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I might, and then I'm gonna tell him in Draconic, like, as I'm taking it from him, I'm like, I might go eat in the courtyard. I haven't decided yet, so I'll just take it from here.
Okay. I need you to roll deception.
19.
Great. And then I need you to roll sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. That's 11.
Okay.
Scales don't go to your hands.
What?
Wait, so would it be persuasion?
I don't know what
Okay,
I'm
you need to-
persuading. I might be
No.
taking something from
Okay.
him.
Ties go to the Aggressor. Okay. And he says, yes, mistress, and kind of like backs away, kind of bowing.
Thanks. I'm just.
And he goes, huh?
I was
Roll
And I'll-
deception.
toss a leg to the whatchamacallit.
You done goof.
10.
I rolled low on that one.
Well,
Because you
there
said
you
thanks. I thought I had
warmed
you.
it.
Then like you had barely beaten me, and I thought, he said thanks. I got him. Dadgummit, I rolled back.
Sorry, dude.
I thought surely at thanks. I'm like, something's up. She would never.
Did they not use manners here?
Right. Probably not.
The head of the cult from here to thank
Peon,
Peeling for bringing me the food.
I will take note of that personally and go, yes.
You are.
I have to be a dick now. Got it.
Well, you catch yourself like,
Yeah.
no, I have to think.
Note to self.
I have to think.
It's because I
Like-
haven't put on the costume yet. I haven't put on any makeup. Like, I just put the mask on and was
Right,
like...
right. You
No
haven't.
one-
You haven't really.
No one knew who I was before I put on the mask.
Oh my god.
one cared what I did. I was born by these black scales, molded by them.
Oh no.
Deckard Cain over here.
Oh, Deckard
Sit
Cain's gonna be
down.
showing up pretty soon.
Down. Stay a while.
Guess who your Blood Oath person's gonna be?
Oh man. Better not be Deckard Cain.
It is!
Oh, is that? Do I have some relationship with him in the next campaign?
Oh, yeah, you do.
Oh.
This is gonna. It's gonna be. It's gonna be fun.
It'll be very interesting.
Yes, I'm actually playing Deckard Cain.
That's
His
hilarious.
name, everything about him is
Hello.
modeled after Deckard Cain.
Thank you.
Everything.
Thanks.
Everything I did
I
was
need to find a model for my
I tried to
fighter.
like fully channel every understanding I have of that character
and paint it for you.
into making that character. Every choice, every spell, every absolutely everything. I tried to model it exactly after what I think he would do and the way he would be.
No, you did
That's awesome.
real good. You guys can see it on there. Like, it's...
If
It's pretty close.
If you think about, if you play Diablo and you know
Oh,
that
yeah.
character and you go read that character, you're like, I mean, I worked really, really hard. I think I've got it.
Oh, yeah, no, he knows, like, you're gonna have stuff that Deckard Cain would have. You're gonna have reasonings why Deckard Cain is there.
Anyway, so sorry, stream. That's the interim. All right. So, are you gonna sit around and stay a while? We're gonna
Stay a while.
We're gonna spend an hour going.
Oh, yeah, I need an hour to get
All
this
right.
fully on
Okay.
there.
So I need you to be. I need you to go through. You can mark your attunement. Is anybody else doing the attune thing?
I am. Yeah.
So
Can
you're gonna love the sword.
I'm gonna see what it says.
Is this short rest at the same time?
Yeah,
So
an
you
hour
like
short
the way-
rest. Yeah, you can attune and short rest at the same time. Absolutely.
While I'm attuning, I'm assuming I can't play an instrument, but am I allowed to recite anything? Because I have to. I
You
have to.
concentrate basically on the object.
Right.
Your focus. You can't really be distracted. Like you might be able to like eat a bite of cheese, think about this, take a sip of wine, think about this. But a complex task like playing music and something you would not be able to
Right,
do.
but the.
I know you want a plus D6 everybody.
Right.
You can't do that.
Okay. That's
I mean,
all.
normally, if you weren't attuning, you absolutely
Fair
could.
enough.
No, I'm just saying, if you weren't trying to attune to something, 1,000,000%. But attunement requires concentration on the item you're trying to attune to.
I'm just trying to cheese it, Dave. Come on now.
I understand. I'm just trying to tell you why I'm telling you no.
I 100% understand.
Oh
get
no,
you.
I
I understand
expect to
the
know.
cheese.
I'm still trying to plead my case that there's a dissertation that I've given 1,000,000 times, and I read it in my sleep. You know,
Yep.
one of those.
Yes. Okay.
I'm short
Now-
resting at the same time then.
In your inventory, you can add this sword.
Okay.
And once you learn all about it, you can decide if this is something you then want to keep
Okay.
or that you don't want to keep,
Okay.
or discard.
Okay.
Because you can be attuned to it. You can spend your hour and then go, no, I changed my mind. And
Okay.
It's totally fine.
Okay.
So it's HAZIRAWN.
Okay. Came up. Okay.
What the heck?
Okay.
Now's the time to
Okay.
use your hit die. I'm running low on
Interesting.
spells, just so you guys know.
Word.
Heal
So
as much as you can with those.
even if I don't attune to it, I get
You get a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the +1. And 1d6 necrotic. But the attunement gets you to +2 and +2d6.
Yeah.
All of that.
And all
The
rest
other
of it.
stuff. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's pretty tempting.
Was it actually made for his character? Like, no, is it that one? But since you murdered it,
Right.
you get the
It's,
person.
I'm saying this is not made for anyone. This
Right.
is book content. This is the actual thing she was carrying. It's not quote unquote designed. It's not my design,
Right.
That's pretty sweet.
but I have
Yeah.
answers for everything.
Yeah. The only thing though is
Mm-hmm.
I can't wield. I can't
rolls
hit with
die
it.
for your short rest. So click your dude.
Yeah. I think my health is.
Yeah, you're
all the way up.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are two.
That's
There
what
are. There are two things that I would expect you to go
Interesting.
to in this.
Jordan, it doesn't do anything for spell slots, correct?
Just
Short
hit
rest.
short rest and don't just hit
On
yes.
where?
Click. Oh no, you can't do anything. So never mind.
Yeah.
Roll investigation.
This
No,
seems
roll
right.
perception.
Yeah.
Whichever one of those is higher.
Does that have a
Okay.
0 on it? 1
No.
through 9. Yep.
Yes,
Let's see, it'd be 14 with perception, and what'd you say? What was the other one?
+2. So
Investigation.
Investigation.
That's +0. So
Is that
14.
a 0?
Okay.
No, it's an 8.
You need
Oh,
to pay
yeah.
attention to that right there.
Yeah, I know. That's the only thing. I'm
Well,
like,
you just choose. Yeah.
it's not
So
my
I-
guy's thing.
What do I do? I select that?
It's only
However many you're
neutral
gonna leave.
So if
You're
I,
You now know.
48 right now.
Yeah.
You just had
As you're
so you're
attuning, you
58 now.
realize
So you
because
This.
he's going to be
you go to the
talking
left
to you.
one.
right,
Do you want to roll
Right.
another just
So
to get
you,
the 2
you
health
get
points
an
or not?
idea of.
I
that
guess so.
So then
you're-
hit another one
You're
and just
probably
say yes.
going to be asked to do things
Yep.
you
I wouldn't
disagree
want
with.
to do.
Perfect.
Obviously.
And
Right.
so the
Make sure
question
it's
is it
confirmed.
worth the trade-off of what the benefits you can have?
Right.
So
But
then
if I
you gotta
just
go
don't
here,
attune to it, hang on to it, I still get that
minimize
bonus.
If you use it, but you
And
are
then
not
add
proficient with the
your
great
12 points.
skirt skirt.
Not
Oh,
damage,
made
but
with the
damage.
weapon. Oh, yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
you can use
'cause I
martial
can't.
weapons.
I don't think I can either.
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. I don't think you can wield martial weapons. It's
Right.
a martial weapon.
Right. Okay. I'm just gonna.
So do you see what I'm saying? So you can possess it.
Right.
You could hold it,
Right.
but holding it isn't wielding it.
Right.
Those are two
Just
different.
holding it.
No, I mean it actually.
Right.
They're in the PBR or the player's handbook, PHB. It actually talks about the difference between holding something and wielding something.
Mm-hmm.
So you can hold something, but you
Right.
can't use it unless you can wield it.
Right.
So the magical part of it, you can hold it and
Right.
use the magic, but
Right.
you cannot. You couldn't swing it at somebody
Right.
and ever. Like
Right.
that whole idea of what it does is completely wasted.
Right. That's what I was thinking. 'Cause
So
I'm
if
like, I
somebody
can't.
has a weapon in their possession,
Yep.
but somebody is proficient in that, anybody can take a hold of that when they pass it over, and you
Mhm.
take it.
You can hold anything,
Right.
Okay.
but wielding implies the ability to use it
Right.
effectively.
Right.
So, like anyone could hold a club,
But it wouldn't
You
behoove
can
them
hold
to
it,
take it.
but you
Right.
have to be. You have to be able. Like it should say something like, I forget what they call it. Not basic weapons. It's martial and simple, right? So a club is a simple weapon. So unless you have something that says you can use a simple weapon, you can't wield it, right?
Right.
It's a stick
Yeah.
to you because you don't know how to use it properly.
Right.
Even though it's a simple weapon, right? If you
Right.
have no ability to use simple weapons, you
Right.
can't use that. And so martial weapons, right, are like swords and great swords and flails and stuff like that. Like they take some training to know how to use it.
Right.
And so unless you know how to wield a martial weapon,
Right.
They wouldn't.
you can hold it, but you can't swing it at anybody and hit them.
Right.
Right.
Like you wouldn't know how to use it to make it hit anybody.
Right.
Okay.
So you effectively roll ones every. I mean, that's basically the effect is you'd be rolling one every time you tried to swing it. You don't know how to make it work.
Right.
So
I think you roll with disadvantage.
Is that what it is? Is you roll with disadvantage?
Yeah.
Well, then there you go.
Yeah, you can still wield it, but you're not proficient, so you don't get
Right.
to add your
You don't
bonus.
get. I know you don't get your bonus.
And
on
you
it.
Right.
can't, like, if you're not,
If
you
it
get
doesn't say you
disadvantage.
can use it. Okay.
It's just like
It's
trying
just
to
like
use a bow.
unfamiliar tool.
Right.
that
Yeah.
You
You
don't know
don't.
how to
You don't
use.
know what you're using.
Right.
Okay. So it's just a.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, guys, I don't think this sword is anything that we really want.
Can we check it off the side?
Well,
Let's do it.
pass it to someone that you can transfer ownership, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, we can try. I don't think it wants anyone else.
Would it be useful to anyone?
No. I don't think. I mean, I don't know that the trade-off would be worth it.
Now that you know what
Yeah.
about it, feel free to read
Okay.
what you know.
Okay.
You've spent time with it. At this point, at the end of an hour, what I'm saying is at the end of an hour, you are now attuned to it.
Right.
You have an attunement. You now know everything about it.
Okay. Okay.
So you could
I can
spread the
convey
knowledge
that.
and let them understand what it is that you know.
Use your judgment if we would benefit
And
from having
then
it.
they would at least have the same information.
Right.
So you can
Okay.
tell them
I
what you
can
know.
convey that.
They
okay.
can decide if that's something you can say, hey, I don't think I want to stay
Yeah.
in this relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
I
I
want out
wanna-
of this relationship.
I think we need to break up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's
I
totally
went out
cool.
on a first date. But,
Yeah.
And
I
that's
mean,
totally cool. But then it would be up to someone else.
He wanted to go hilt deep, and I. So it is a sentient, neutral, evil greatsword. It's capable of speech in common and netherese.
Its name is
Hazaron.
works for me.
If you aren't attuned to the sword, you gain +1 bonus on attack rolls and damage rolls made with this weapon. If you aren't attuned to Hazaron, you deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage when you hit with the weapon. So you could technically wield it, but not attune to it, and get some kind of bonus. Now, if you're not attuned to it, you're not susceptible to fighting
That is
against
correct.
it, right?
That's
Okay.
correct. If you are not attuned, it's just a sword.
With that small,
with a
Yes,
sword,
right.
with a sword that's gonna bug you to death.
It's going to be talking
it's
to
going to
you.
be talking to you.
So you're gonna roll for distractions.
Yeah.
Well, I know
So,
that'll do that to you, but he will. Hazaron will talk to you if you are holding it. That's what he does.
if you're attuned to
Hey,
it,
baby,
uh,
attuned to this.
you get a bonus on attack rolls and damage rolls with +2. And your
It gets
hit,
better.
yeah, and a hit deals an extra 2d6 necrotic damage instead of 1d6. It
A lot of
has
damage.
4 charges to cast spells as long as the sword is attuned to you and you're holding it in your hand. You can cast Detect Magic, 1 charge, Detect Good and Evil, 1 charge, or Detect Thoughts, 2 charges. Each night at midnight, Hazaron regains 1d4 expended charges. And then Wounding says while you're attuned to the weapon, any creature that you hit with Hazaron can't regain hit points for 1 minute. The target can make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending
15
this
times.
effect. Yeah. So, yeah. But it is a neutral evil sentient sword.
Can I just attune to it just so Michael has to deal with it?
That's hilarious.
He's a cleric. In no way, shape, or form is he going to attune. I mean, he's a paladin. There's no way, shape, or form.
He doesn't
Yeah.
know it's neutrally.
Well, I told.
No,
I
it,
know.
it-
He's telling
I
you
told
though.
the group. Yeah.
right. But even if it was
Plus, he's got
Neutral evil.
his halberd.
right, he's got his halberd and he has his patron.
I mean, you could
He's-
hold it.
That's like me attuning
You
to
could
it.
wield it, but not attune. I wouldn't
I
attune to
should.
it.
That'd be so funny. Oh, Voldet would be pissed.
The minute
Me
he
making another trip to
the minute he attunes to it,
Yeah, we're gone.
yeah, he like considers it, and then
Have fun storming the castle without me.
So yeah, I'm not gonna hold on to this thing.
So you're gonna break your attunement?
Yep.
Okay, so break your attunement,
Okay.
remove it from your inventory.
Okay. Let's see.
You should just be able to click on it and say remove.
Is it on? Oh, yeah, there it is. There we go.
Yeah.
Cool. Had to scroll down.
So does that sound like somebody wants something anybody wants? I mean, like I said,
wish.
I am leaving it. People say this is dangerous to have in the game. Every DM review says that this is a hell of a thing to leave in the game. I'm willing to leave it in the game if somebody wants it. If I totally understand if nobody wants a talking sword.
Now the only thing is if you wielded it, you couldn't use your shield.
It's badass. It's just not for.
Right. But you wouldn't have to attune to it to get some of the bonuses. So that's a good thing.
I mean, I could let Michael's character at least hold on to it.
They
Not
can
a
talk
two.
to. He just
No matter what, I wanted to talk to Michael. Just out of the blue, you start
Yeah,
talking
right.
to him.
I don't think I want it. Just,
Okay.
I mean, part of me does, just because I want to see what happens.
It's a sweet weapon.
Yeah.
And what does a longsword do base damage? Like,
1d8 plus 3. Or that's what my longsword.
okay. Yeah, well, Michael, the halberd's 1d10 plus 2, so.
I need you to roll
Uh-oh.
either history or arcana.
okay. Let's see if it's higher. We'll do history. 21.
Okay. You have. I don't know how else to put this together because I want to get you all talking to make some considerations.
Okay.
And the reason I asked you, but you rolled a 21, which is really high. If it was like 14, I wouldn't tell you this. You probably want to have some level of discussion between you and Thylak about what happens if you cast spells on another magic item.
Okay.
And you should look at your spell list.
Me? I think I know what you're
Uh-oh.
You rolled a 21.
Yeah.
This is, and I'll tell you, this is exactly why I don't have a problem leaving it in the game.
Can you cast silence on it?
That's what I don't know if I don't think you can cast it.
How about you look at your spell list?
Okay.
Do what I say.
I mean, let's see.
Someone should read their spells.
Yeah. I mean, there's banishment. Let's see. I don't know. I mean,
What spell are you currently reading?
well, I was looking at Chill Touch. I was looking at Mind Sliver.
Mm-hmm.
Disorienting spike of psychic energy into the mind of one creature you can see within range. You can intelligence saving throw. Unless saving throw is successful, target takes 1d6 psychic damage.
Mm-hmm.
First time it makes a saving throw before the end of your next turn,
Are
it
you
must.
trying to damage the sword?
Well, no, but I don't know what else. Let's see. I mean, banishment, but
So what does that do?
well, it only lasts for a minute. But attempt to send one creature you can see within range to another plane of existence. The target must succeed on a charisma saving throw, or be banished if the target is native to the plane of existence you're on. You banish the target to a harmless demi-plane. When the target is incapacitated, the target remains there until the spell ends, at which point the target reappears in the space left or in the nearest unoccupied space if that space is occupied. If the target is native to a different plane of existence, when you're on, the target is banished with a faint popping noise, returning to its home plane. If the spell ends before 1 minute has passed, the target reappears in the space it left or in the nearest unoccupied space if that space is occupied. Yeah. Otherwise, the target returns. Or otherwise, the target doesn't return. Huh. Yeah. Thylac.
Yes.
So, what do you know about casting spells on these type of weapons, sentient weapons?
Let me see. 18.
You've never done it personally, but you have heard that oftentimes that the spirits of demons are often called to inhabit evil weapons.
Yikes. I relay this.
Okay. Is there any way to separate the spirit from the weapon and still gain a bonus? Do you know?
Do I?
Ask him specifically. What are you implying?
Is there any way to banish the demon from the weapon?
It sounds like it. Sounds like you just read the perfect spell for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Your DM would concur.
Yeah.
That is exactly what this sounds like.
Okay.
Sounds like
Can
we're gonna hear
I-
a popping sound pretty soon.
Yeah.
Assuming you roll.
Well, it's a saving throw.
I understand.
Oh, okay. He can cause it to fail. Oh! Hey, Thylac.
Yes.
I may need your help banishing this thing. So,
Okay.
would you mind helping?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to cast Banishment
Okay.
on the creature in the sword.
Okay. So, what does my saving throw have to be?
15.
I have to roll a 15.
Uh-huh.
Jose, get ready. You're with your portent.
Yeah, we may need it. Charisma, sorry.
15 charisma.
Yeah.
Ooh. Hold on. The monster manual.
Yeah, it should be in there. We didn't take it out, did we, Jim?
I used my monster manual, so
Oh, okay.
yeah. So you should be good.
Do you just want him to use a portent dice so that way you automatically fail?
I don't want him to have to burn a portent dice if
Touche.
it doesn't.
Need to be applied.
I mean, it's what they're for.
I understand, but I'll let you use it if you want to use it, and I'll stop looking.
I mean, if there's another way.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There is a charisma saving throw. So I'm looking at something. Hold on.
I'm curious after the fact what demon's in that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It'd be interesting to see who you are casting out.
Yeah. Interesting.
Where, oh, where has my little dog gone? Oh, where can you be?
Would he be in D&D Beyond?
I have pins and needles that I am sitting on.
Pins and needles.
was looking for. Where is it? There we go. I think this is it. Yes. This is. And comes the drum roll. Drum roll, please. Oh. Okay. So what's my saving throw?
15 charisma.
He saved.
Okay. Hey, Thylak, I may need your report.
He does not save.
Okay. He does not save.
He
As you cast banishment, he hears you starting to say the words, and you hear him go. You hear him go. No, 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 no.
He knows every word.
No, 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 no.
You just say them slower and slower.
And all of a sudden, you see him. You hear him scream. Just this like mind-piercing, and you see the sword vibrate, and this shadow pulls up, and this long trailing, fiend devil thing with black wings opens up, and he's like, "Oh, if I ever see you again!" And you see him, and he just collapses with this, and he's gone.
Sweet.
Okay.
Dang. All right. I'll attune to it.
Here's your sword.
No, it's hers. She doesn't have a magical weapon yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't have voices anymore. It doesn't matter anymore.
The only thing that I will tell you, with the sword, I have no problem keeping the sword almost completely as is, right?
It should lose some now that
with
doesn't.
it, but without its possessor, right? The spells that it can cast, you cannot cast those spells. The other magical properties, that is the pluses, the extra damage die,
2d6.
you know what I mean, and the wounding property, you can keep that. But you can't cast detect magic and good and evil and detect thoughts. You can't.
That's cool.
That it won't do that anymore.
Okay.
That part of Hazaron is gone. That left. That part left. So you want to add H-A-Z-I, and if by that it probably will put it in there.
Yay.
And it can't talk to you now.
Yeah.
And it will not bother you.
I.
I-R-A-W-N. It
I
should
think you missed
show
out
up.
on that, though.
You think I should have
When you
taken it?
do,
You did take it.
I think you should have let it talk to you. I think
Yeah.
you could have gotten some cool stuff.
Yeah.
It would make for an interesting story, to say the least.
Okay.
Yeah.
I put manage equipment.
One of us needs to be cursed.
And up
Not
here,
me. I can't eat mushrooms.
type
I'm
here.
cursed.
Tracy,
Again, if I keep playing for Michael, hey, things happen. Just gonna leave little
Okay,
Easter
okay.
eggs.
There you go.
Here's what you
Michael
missed.
is naturally cursed.
Yeah.
And then go back over
The
to
Curse of Joe.
And
So,
then if you scroll down.
Nah, he's got this. Michael has the curse of rolling eights.
Yeah, exactly. He has the cursed
You can't
dice
attune to
tower.
it right this second because
Right.
the hour you need to have a whole other hour of rest,
Okay.
right? But it's your next long
So
rest.
who's now
You'll
the
be able
brooch?
to
I'm trying to think who
click
that
that
would be
to do
best
it, and
for.
then
We don't really
scroll
have
way
any
down and click it.
unarmed.
Okay.
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 But
I mean, I know
it's
it'd be good for a
yours.
monk,
you
but
can have it.
Okay.
otherwise, I don't think it really.
Just realize it probably will add the ability. It'll probably
If
give
anything,
you
it also
spells
needs
that
to
you
go
can
with,
cast.
Right.
It'll probably list them.
Okay.
Just
The
realize
mask.
Zenric, yeah.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
go
the way
that's
that
with
we're
it.
engineering
Yeah,
Hazaron for
yeah.
That's the only thing I
for
can
this.
think
You
of.
won't be able
That
to
makes
cast those
sense.
spells that way.
Okay.
As an outfit, at least.
Yeah,
It's a
have that.
ridiculously
That makes
cool
sense.
sword.
Okay.
Because you get to impose, like when you hit something,
Mhm.
they have to make a con save, and they can't
Can't regain hit
get
points.
they can't get healed for a minute.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
that's just super cool.
Yeah.
It's a very cool disadvantage thing you do. You're like, and you're not healing. You're not healing.
Yeah, and that doesn't matter what it is that's just anything.
It's a creature you hit.
See, that's
Yep.
that's why I held on to one of these spells, because it does the same. Oh, I mean, on a hit,
Right.
that you can't regain hit points.
All right. So dinner
that's
time.
really
It's
late.
certainly dinner time. It's a little late for dinner. None of you have eaten. The hour has passed. You may do your hit dice thing if you need to do that. And then, what are we doing? By the way,
Dialogue
I
and
love the
Sedona.
fact that you have this sword and he
Yeah.
banished it. That was cool.
I mean, part
And
of
it
me
would
was
suck
like,
if you had tried and he didn't have portent dice.
I know.
Because I rolled
know.
an 18 and the devil that I was using was +2.
Oh gosh.
And so it's
Yeah.
like I rolled a 20.
Yeah, there's
And I'm
no.
like-
Yeah.
part of me was
That's
like,
yeah.
why
It's a
don't I
good
just
thing you
take
rolled
it?
Actually, you rolled a 4.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I rolled a 4.
Yeah.
It's so lucky for you.
Yeah.
Part of me wanted to take it and just be like, oh, whatever's gonna happen with it's gonna happen with it if I
Yeah.
use it. But then, I mean, I
But
don't
would
know.
your character be okay with that?
No.
Not probably.
Right.
No.
Yeah, and having it would probably combat you the entire time.
Right.
Yeah.
Or completely possess you, yeah.
Right.
And then
I
we'd have to
wasn't-
banish you.
I wasn't okay with that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Banish you, become the demon sword. You know, normal things.
You did not want to attune to it.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
You made the right
Yeah.
decision as a
Okay.
group.
Good.
I guarantee
I
you.
feel like I did.
I guarantee you
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
did
good.
not want to do that.
I'm glad my
Yeah.
conscience led me correctly.
The other party members were concerned about themselves.
What?
You were the one at risk.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you, you were the one at risk. I was like, please.
Oh, and we think you should have the brooch, not necessarily for the
'Cause of the
properties, but for
disguise.
disguise purposes. Be like, I had the brooch, and
Oh,
Yeah.
that is not a bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
yeah. Although
Yeah,
my
you should broach it up.
bitch in disguises.
Well, you do have to like paint black scales on your hands and stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but I do that for a living.
Just gonna paint my nails.
While
here,
they're
guys.
off eating dinner, I'm gonna continue my disguise kit. Like I'm going full tier. Like I'm spending as much time as I can getting the full Resmir look.
wait, was Rizmir like a what is it?
chick half
dragonkin?
black dragon.
She's a half dragon.
Was it her?
Oh, half dragon.
Which we figured out
Yeah,
not
she's
long
a
ago.
half
Yeah.
dragon.
Okay.
Or was a half dragon. Now she's a pile of ash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we should probably sweep that up.
Can you thaumaturgy it? Doesn't that clean?
Yeah, it cleans the
Yeah.
spot. I'm gonna go out there once I get all cleaned up. I'm also gonna thaumaturgy my whole room and just make this place
Okay.
Spick and span.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, is thaumaturgy is the first level or is it cantrip?
cantrip.
Okay, so you're gonna basically
Boom,
thaumaturgy.
boom.
So the only thing that's really gonna end up being left, if you're doing the clean thing, does it make noise when you're cleaning, or does
I
it
don't
just
think
make
so.
things clean?
Yeah.
thought it Could
I just
boom things.
you can make things boom.
I thought it just can make
is
something
it,
clean.
or is it prestidigitation? I've got both.
Oh, prestidigitation. That
Yes,
would be that.
I am prestidigitation. 1
Yeah.
cubic foot.
But it's a cantrip,
Instantly clean.
right? Okay, so you're gonna spend probably 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Um,
This is after
You
I'm
know.
getting all dolled up. Like I got my
I'm just
stilettos on and
that's
I'm
what
out
I'm
for a
saying.
good time.
You probably got
Check out my
put
ankles.
that down. You're probably gonna spend, like I said, probably 10 or 15 minutes. Can't think 20 because if you're casting spells, you're just gonna be like boom and boom and boom. But it's gonna take you a while to clean the mess from this room. The only thing you really won't be able to do, you can lay the rug back where it was, but there will be obvious damage unless you have a mending spell.
Does anybody have mend?
Unless somebody has mend, I'm just saying. That would,
But I can clean the blood out of it.
yeah. I'm not saying it's
Stuff
gonna
it
be
under
gross.
the bed.
What I'm saying is, I'm not telling you that it won't look like a rug, generally speaking.
Right, it's just got some cuts in it.
It will have cuts and tears if someone were to investigate.
No.
I'm just being real about
Right.
what you would be able to do. I certainly think you would be able to act as a professional body cleaner. Hey, clean is clean. And Joe, are you gonna pop?
Oh, I had like a weird hiccup. It
It
hurt.
looked like your face was gonna explode. You're like, It looked bad. I was like, "Are you okay?"
I mean, I could banish the rug.
Or we could just
No, you can't.
chuck it off.
I know.
No, you burned that slot.
Yeah, I know.
Why don't we just burn it?
But I can sacrifice the
Fireball.
Because I kind of want to leave it intact. Right here. I'm just like, okay, if it's got some tears in it, I was just swinging my sword around.
Got angry. There weren't enough shipments.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
If
there's
it's
a
an
legit.
angry person.
That sword is sharp, like, and you need to like sheath that thing and keep it hidden because if you're walking around with it, bad news
Yeah.
bears.
Use your regular sword, for now.
She does not have it wielded, and she's not
Okay.
attuned.
Okay.
I mean, she can wield it, but as marked, it is not currently wielded.
Okay.
I'll have
And it
it
is not
underneath
tuned.
my outer coat
Okay.
hidden.
Okay.
Yeah, that little bit of buttery goodness is for later.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll take some of the sheets
you want to rest
and
and attune,
wrap it.
Yeah.
and then that's a when the fit hits the
That way
sham.
it's super
Right.
hidden.
Use it.
Hidden.
Yeah.
Once it comes, it comes.
You know,
Yeah.
that way if your skirt blows up, they don't see.
Okay, so what do we do?
Okay.
Well.
So are the four of you going to go try and find some gruel?
I'm
He's
I'm
cleaning,
cleaning.
yeah.
Like
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
gonna take
I
care
mean-
of this area while you guys go do your thing.
Yeah. I'll go try to. Yeah. I guess we can.
Okay, everybody needs to roll a d20 for stealth. Not you.
But I got a 19.
Yay, you're so stealthy, you're staying in the room. Congratulations.
I got a 17.
Okay, 17 as well.
Okay.
For stealth,
Yep.
5.
Okay.
Better than a 4.
I'll do you one better. 3.
Oh.
Not if you use a portent dice.
Yeah.
You're right. Then it could be 4.
Okay. So as you all are leaving the room, you're trying to kind of do the one at a time
Mm-hmm.
exits.
We're
You
just
and
giggling.
you and Pandora leave and are able to go into across the yard area, out of the main double doors, and you go across the yard to where the kobolds have been cooking and where the other cultists kind of were. You were individually be able to go over there without a problem.
Okay.
Thylac, as you come out, you meet a kobold standing outside, and he's got like a sack of potatoes in his hand, and he goes, "Yeah, what are you doing in there?"
Do that again.
That kobold has the hiccups.
He's shocked. What are you doing in there?
He's talking to you in Draconic, I'm assuming.
Sure.
I'm just
What
curious.
are you doing in there?
What are you doing with a sack of potatoes out of her
I'm
room?
cooking. This is my job. No one messes with the mistress. You're up to no good, aren't you? Guards!
Rick,
Guards!
I'm doing my job as well. Thaumaturgy. Boom! Cleaning the floor.
Oh, you're like cleaning the floor underneath them?
With thaumaturgy.
You blow all the
Just
dust
kidding, I
out
don't
of
have that anymore.
He's like-
That'd be hilarious, so...
And that's just him dealing with
Yeah,
it?
he's
He's coming out right now.
Okay.
Because he rolled a 3. So he
Yeah.
wasn't very stealthy. So he was
Can I roll
caught.
perception to see if this is going on outside or no?
You may.
I'll just tell him I don't have time for this and keep walking.
Okay. And you hear him go,
Like I'm,
"Guards!"
like I'm
14.
running the show.
Okay. You hear the kobold scream for guards.
And I'm just gonna open the door and be like, "What's going on out here? You're
Oh.
making noise."
Oh, mistress, I'm terribly sorry, but I saw that person come out of your room, and I know you do not like to be disturbed. And I was
And I told him I
concerned.
didn't have time for this.
I was concerned. He is blowing me off, and I expected more respect for your position.
But he's with me.
He is?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't recognize him, mistress. I'm terribly sorry. I'm terribly
Didn't
sorry.
you see that I was with her?
And I'm just gonna let out a dragon hiss,
Sorry.
and then just like the door
Terribly
close.
sorry. Terribly
We did
sorry.
not say thank you.
Terribly sorry. And so you see him, instead of...
I don't see anything.
Oh,
I
sorry.
just shut the door on
That's
him.
right, so nobody sees him.
I mean,
And then the door closes.
unless Joe turned around and looked back
Okay.
at him.
I'm
So,
to be respectful.
Ollie was still inside the room when you did that. So as Ollie's like, do you think it's okay for me to go out? What do you think?
Am I good?
Give it a second.
Alright, cool. I'll wait.
Okay. Roll stealth again.
Roll still again. Watch it be worse. Watch it be worse.
It'll be better.
Mm,
I know it will.
It's hold on, let me get you the metal die.
12.
Okay.
It's better.
Yes, by waiting a minute and listening to him, you beat me. This time you beat me.
This time. Not my
She was out there paying attention for somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, and so you are able. So the four of you eventually make it over to the mess hall. You're able to get some food going on, and you can overhear some of the other, the dragon wings and stuff. They're talking about not seeing Resmir. I haven't seen Resmir in a while. You kind of overhear them, and the kobolds are like, "Oh yeah, she's around. She's around." You can hear it. Just overall
The casual banter.
casual banter, because there seemed to be some concern, but there doesn't seem to be an alarm raised.
Mm-hmm.
But there does seem to be some questioning. There's some difference in behavior is being noticed.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you pick up as you eat. We'll say you spend 40 minutes eating, something like that, kind of a long meal.
Mm-hmm.
What you're dressing yourself up, right?
Right.
And cleaning. What are you going to do? What is your behavior?
After I'm done cleaning, I'll probably go outside, wait for there to be no one around, and then I'm gonna clean that ash up real quick. Just in
Whatever
case.
the remnants were.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
That's
then
not
I'll
a
go
problem.
back inside the room.
That's not a problem. But considering the other motion that I would expect in that hallway outside of your room, that's well within your capability.
And I'll
You don't
leave.
need to roll for that. That's
I'll leave the door cracked just barely,
okay.
and I'm just gonna sit there and I'm gonna continue reading the Dragon Book, even though with the mask I know Draconic. Personally, I'm still gonna learn Draconic, but that way, if someone were to peek through the cracked door, they can see me sitting there reading.
Sure.
Because I'm assuming there's still gonna be some people going back and forth and
That
all
is
that.
That is a reasonable assumption at some point that you may want to know it, inherently. I get that.
While we're in the mess hall and whatnot, are we sitting down with the other, or am I sitting down with some of the other kobolds or whatever?
The kobolds are
cultists and whatnot?
more serving you at this
Okay.
point. They're washing dishes and fixing other sets of meat. But you're basically, people are coming and going, eating. I mean, there's not that many people anymore. On the there were 10 or so cultist guards. There were a couple of guys that were running the stables, and then there's some giants, but they're not eating here with you all. Roll perception.
Not one. And then
Not one.
Yeah.
yeah, and I have nothing to add on to it. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, you're really trying to hear and overhear conversations. You don't really overhear any conversations.
Hard to
People
hear
are-
through your snout.
Yeah, people are.
I'm
You keep
sticking
trying to
up
use
my
it as
snout,
an ear, and
listening.
you're forgetting that it doesn't work that way. You just basically you see kobolds coming and going with food,
Just
things
basic
like
stuff.
that. It's nothing looks out of the ordinary. From
It
my
looks
perspective.
like
It
an
looks
office.
like. Well, what I mean is, it looks like a cafeteria from
Yeah.
kind of a kitchen / cafeteria, that's what you get out of it.
Damn.
Sorry.
I tried. Tower said no.
That'll happen sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Need you to roll perception for me.
17.
Okay. Since you left the door cracked, you hear some talking, and there are like a couple of voices. Kind of hear them out in the hallway. Then you hear a door open and then close.
Okay. Would I presume with where it's at is the one right across from me, or?
If you're
Because I know there's multiple. There's like 4 doors in this area.
Yeah,
or 3 doors.
I would say it's not directly across. That's different. You hear comings and goings from there. That's always kobolds going into there because that's the storeroom that you looked in.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that's a storeroom. No, this is sounds going into another room.
Okay.
Something else. You're not sure which set of doors, but you know it's not the one right across the hall. That's where the kobolds go for food.
I got you.
One of the other. Ooh, excuse me. It's one of the other doors.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably still just wait till they all show back up.
Oh, did you? No, we didn't do that. Did you, or do you want to? You found a scroll in the bookcase, but you can't read it. So, at some point, you'll want to have someone else read that and figure out what it does.
Is there any way that I could tell what kind of text is written on it? Or even, like, have an idea, like, oh, I've seen this text, and it's like, oh, this is Draconic, or whatever.
It's not, it's,
Just absolutely weird.
the problem with me trying to describe it in a language is because it's not, even if it was written in a language you understood, you could not comprehend what it is telling you to do because of the nature of the magic.
You know,
Do
it's
see what I'm saying?
sorcery stuff. Is what he's trying to tell
you. cannot understand it. It is not.
It's moving text with flames.
Let me check that. Let me make sure because I'm saying that because I'm remembering it that way, but I just want to give me a minute because now you're making me. Making me doubt myself.
I ask the weird questions, the weird and pertinent ones.
I think. Yes, you are unable. That's what I'm saying. You couldn't read it even if it was written in common.
Okay. It looks fuzzy.
It is. Yeah, it is. You are unable to cast this spell. You couldn't cast it if you. If you were level 20 and rolled a 20, you cannot. It is not available to you. So you cannot.
Okay.
So when I say you can't read it, that's what I mean. It's not that it's not that it's written in Giant and you speak Draconic. It's not that kind of a thing.
It does make sense.
You cannot decipher this in any way.
Okay. I just look at it sort of confused, and I think to pass it to Thylak. Why not?
Are you doing that over dinner?
No, when we go back.
Why?
Passing scrolls from a room. Hey, here.
Yeah. Okay.
I found this in Resmir's room after we killed her.
Right. Like, hey, after we killed that dragon lady,
Here's the scroll.
I found this scroll over here. It smells kind of like ashiness.
Ash and death.
Ash and death. After we did that to her, she turned to ash and death.
Yeah.
So, yeah, once we make our way back and whatnot.
So where are you making your way back to?
Making our way
Downtown.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you got.
I mean, I also don't know where all we went to, so I'm gonna guess go back to the room.
Yeah,
Let's
there's
do
a
this.
dragon
Hold
lair.
on. That
Ooh.
rings perfect.
Yeah.
Hold up, wait a minute, man.
Let's look at the big bad Mappa Jamma. because you're right. You physically, as a human, have not seen this map.
I am not. I have no clue where.
So I'm gonna
other
put it.
people
So I'm gonna put it from your perspective, just because it's more convenient for you. Okay. Now, obviously, this is a cheap taped together version. So this scale, just so you understand, each one of these little bitty squares
Gotcha.
is 5 feet. That's this.
Okay.
So it's big. This is the room you're in. This is where Resmir is,
Okay.
or currently Jordan.
Yes.
Okay, so
Okay.
he's here.
And then.
This is the room where the kobolds get their supplies.
Okay.
Okay, and that's weird. There is no door printed on this map right here.
We
That's
don't need
weird.
it.
Well, there's supposed to be a door here because there's a door that goes into this room.
Okay.
That's bizarre.
We can make a door.
How is that?
Knock down a wall.
That is as weird as anything.
Maybe
it
it's
doesn't-
where it's folded underneath.
I don't think so.
No, because I mean it's supposed to be
No,
dead
it's
in
like
the middle
yeah,
of
it's
that
printed.
wall.
It's printed right on the line. Like I looked it up. It's like right there.
I mean, it should be right. I'm telling you, there's a door. I'm just saying, halfway in the middle of.
Okay. So there's a door right.
There's a door right where your finger is. Yes, I'm going. I'm looking at the.
And then we're here.
Okay.
Maybe
So-
whoever redid it didn't put it on there.
Yeah. Well, or yeah, it's weird. Yeah, there's a door right here.
Okay.
Anyway, and all the doors are 10 feet wide.
Okay.
Right. So every door you see is 10 feet wide. It's because they're for giants, and they're 10 feet wide and they're 20 feet tall.
Okay.
So big, gigantic doors. So he's here. Y'all are in here.
Okay.
People come in and out of this room. Kobolds, you, the people, the other. This, in theory, is where four. There are beds for 4 of the 5 of you in this room. Okay.
Okay.
These are the stables. These are towers.
Okay.
This is the side view. So these 2 towers here are these 2 towers.
That's there.
Okay. And this,
Okay.
the taller one is this one, right? And so when you look at, for example, this right here, this landing on this level is this.
Okay.
Is up here. This down here, okay, is this.
And then.
And this glacier mountain, this is the inside, and of course it rises up to the top, right?
Okay.
This
and I
is the
assume
cap, and then there's
that's
towers up here.
there.
Yes,
These
that
are
is
the
correct.
stairs
Yeah,
connecting.
yeah.
Okay.
So these are the stairs that take you up into this area.
And we've been there.
Yeah,
So-
you've
Been
been
into
here.
the
That's
area
where the
already?
white dragon is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Glass down.
And this is
Oh,
the three.
and
This
that's
is
the
the
dragon
3-dimension
y'all
versions,
talked
right?
to.
So,
Yes.
so when you go up, right? You go. I don't like the way this is drawn, but basically you go up, and then you come back down. You go up here. You come back down this corridor, which takes you down this corridor. You have to come up and then go back down, basically.
Okay.
The way it's drawn, if you look at the DM version, it's like this goes up 50 feet and this goes down 30 feet. You know, that kind of
Yeah.
thing. Anyway,
It gets
They-
crazy.
it gets crazy because it's a maze. But the dragon is in here, and he was hanging from the ceiling right here. Okay,
Okay.
with ice stalactites and stuff, and that's where he was talking to you.
Okay.
Right.
Scary.
And he knows Talus.
Yeah, he knows Talus.
Okay. And
Glass Hill.
we already got our info from him and whatnot.
You got some info from
Ish.
him. He talked a little bit. He was a little annoyed with y'all. Talking about peppermint and stuff. He was like, yeah. Anyway, so that's
Okay.
that's the basic view. So when if you say you go back to your room, normally that would be here.
Okay.
This is Resmir's room.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with you going back there. And nobody's been up on this level yet. So
Don't know.
you know that there's a level up there. I mean, you can stand down here and look. You can see it, right? But like you haven't been to anything on this level. You haven't been to this tower. You haven't been to this tower or any of these. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, you haven't been up there. You've just
so
spent
that's
some time
nothing.
down here.
That's nothing.
I have a
Okay.
From your
question.
perspective, it's nothing, but it's not nothing. Anyway.
With D&D, or yeah, I guess D&D, are dragons omnipotent?
You mean all knowing?
Yes.
No.
Like
No, not definitely not.
okay. So like I'm just thinking because it was that dragon that told us about who Resmir is, and I was just worried that like he may like sense or know that like what we did, and then he may like tell other people or
There
Other
could be
dragons?
there could be a relationship between a dragon and a person, or I mean, there can be
But they don't like
some amount of
communicate
link,
with
but it,
other dragons telepathically or anything like that.
not necessarily.
Okay. Just
What?
wondering.
Why does everybody look at me?
Nothing.
What?
I think we need to go explore that other level.
I'm just thinking.
Well, think out loud.
No. No. This is not a good thing to be thinking out loud.
If I give this idea the DM, we are screwed.
Yeah. It's one of those.
Sometimes your ideas are better than my ideas, though. They make for better stories.
Yeah, it's gonna be great when we go into that dragon hall and you'll be like, hey, where's your one friend that was all a show and I haven't seen him in forever, and I'm like, "Fuck, gotta go change again." I'm just gonna be
Why? Take off the mask.
What you say is gonna change him. To
I need
change
the
again?
I need both of them to be in this room at the same time. So I'm eating you all.
I'm
Minor
a one-man
illusion.
show. 1 second.
Yeah,
Yes, over
you're
here.
like, hi, eat a peppermint. Kill them all.
Yeah.
Have a peppermint. Kill them all. Yeah. So is it what I'm saying is what, because you haven't coordinated. The four of you are eating.
Yeah.
He is not in that room. So I'm just
Have we collected, like, if I go out and start walking around and exploring, will they think I'm being weird? Like, I don't give away that I'm exploring, but if I go up to the tippy top level to go check things out, and are they gonna look at me like, why are you here?
you have no idea. You
Okay.
haven't been on the castle long enough. I'd say you've been on the castle. Golly, maybe 3 hours now.
Are there
Maybe 4
people
hours.
taking treasure up to that same room?
And think about that.
Okay.
We took 2 hours now? 2 hours just hanging out. So we got on this thing and murdered someone in less than an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we also had, but we've also had a 40-minute meal, and nobody has bugged us.
Right. We have 1 hour delivery service on our messages.
so you have to realize, but so to give you the flip side of why
Yeah.
some of this isn't weird, you did arrive on Griffins. You are announced.
Yeah.
You did not come here quietly. And you were carrying this banner that is obviously a
Okay.
cultist banner.
Right.
So in general, the people who saw
So
you
we
land and the people that are around,
belong, but they don't know why.
that
so
is
there's
correct.
gonna be questions.
That is
okay.
100%
Perfect.
Perfect. That's perfectly correct. You,
Right.
you said the things you should say when asked.
Okay.
Right. You presented the correct insignia when you were right. And
We had
you
all
have,
the flying colors.
And you have at least taken some treasure upstairs and dumped it off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is that there's nothing really about your behavior at this point. Some people might be a little grumbly about they're not working very hard compared to the rest of us, but you're certainly not. I'm just saying, based on time, you are certainly not getting to a point where the people in the castle are going, something really something rotten in Denmark. You might get some people that are a little grumbly, but you're not full on
Treasure up and then explore and
You
say
know.
like Resmere told us to go.
and the whole disguise thing is great. That's very cool.
And then if they ask, obviously
That's
we
very
have
cool.
Resmere.
Yeah.
That's better thinking than I talking. See, I think about stuff and then that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you're like, I'm like the performance and disguise god. I should put this on and pretend to be a woman. I'm like, you use whatever pronoun you need to use.
You know?
I'm a lady now.
That's one of our deaths.
Yeah,
No,
that's
I'm like, okay, there you go.
He
That's not what I
pretends to
thought.
be a woman, and he seduces inanimate objects. Card complete.
I'm whatever you need me to be.
Oh. Okay. With I get sort of the inkling in my head. I'm how to do this. I'm going to go back to Resmir's room, I believe.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back. I don't know, fake a conversation, hint, come follow, and then whenever peek in the door, come in for a second, be like, "Hey, let's fake bringing treasure, or you fake bossing us around, and we'll take some stuff up to the top."
As
and-
you walk back across, I need you to roll deception.
Question. We've been around each other long enough to know that I use the message literally all the time, as long as I can see him, so he could just be standing outside the door, and I could
Understand.
bloop, 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 bloop.
I understand.
I know you're getting him across the hallway, but I'm just saying if he gets into that side, it's not like he's going to actually come in and talk to me. He can sit there and we can have a conversation outside the door without having a conversation. He can just sit there and
He has
pretend
to
like
be
he's...
line of sight.
He has to be line of sight, but I mean, I have the door peeked open.
Yeah.
But
I know
he
how
can
to-
be tying his shoe there, and we can be having a conversation.
Okay.
3.
Okay.
This
So as you
yeah,
Great.
welcome to playing Ollie.
about
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm playing his
you
character.
We'll share.
you get about halfway
We'll share
across
this one.
across from the 2 doors right as you leave. You get about halfway across, and one of the other guys that has been unloading,
Mm-hmm.
he basically comes up and is like, "Dude, I gotta eat. It's your shift. You haven't been on in a while, so get after it."
Okay. And he has a crate
Yeah,
in his
he's got
hands and
well, there's
whatnot.
crates and stuff. I mean,
Where did like just somewhere in here? There's crates and whatnot.
yeah.
stacked
So
up.
basically,
Big old
in-
warehouse.
Well, so they've been bringing wagons and things in.
'Kay.
Right. So you would have wagons kind of along the outer edges here,
'Kay.
right? These outer, I'd say probably from here wrapped along there, and then back in here, right? You're gonna have, back over here, you're gonna have wagons
'Kay.
that have been brought to the castle that have stuff.
'Kay.
Just they could be, ornate weapons, not necessarily awesome weapons, but just pretty things.
'Kay.
There's going to be candlesticks. and
Castle things.
There's just going to be things of value,
'Kay.
right? So everything be of value. It doesn't always mean that it's stacks of gold. It's just going to be valuable things. In fact, some of the stuff that you pulled out of the last staging area, I mean, there was books. Books of arcane knowledge and things,
Okay.
just things that would be considered valuable. There are just boxes and crates and bags of stuff that is valuable.
Okay.
I mean, it's wealth. And the whole goal is they're putting all of this stuff where Glasshail is.
Okay. Oh, down the
white
glass
dragon.
cale, not
Yeah.
up.
Well, you go up the stairs and then basically down a long slope to the bottom of his lair. You put it there. You walk back up the slope and then back down the stairs.
Okay.
It makes kind of this shape. If I were to describe it, you're going to go up this spiral staircase. You're walking down
Okay.
and then putting stuff in the
Holding
In
the
that
holding
area.
place. And then walking back up the slope and then coming back down the stairs.
Okay. All right. I'll be like, all right. Sort of grumble and go with it and be like, fine. You got me. Whatever.
Okay.
I'll go and grab a crate or 2. I don't know, considering how much strength I've got as
You can
elf
carry you carry twice as much as everyone else, which is one of the reasons he was a little grumbly. He's like, "Dude, you need to pull your weight. You're a big boy. Like,
Literally, you could pull
You
all
can-
this weight.
you can take twice as much as anybody else
Okay.
without having a problem."
Okay. Then I'll show off and
a normal human load is nothing for you.
okay. I'll show off. Go grab a bunch of crates and I'll
Yeah.
start heading up the stairs and whatnot as I go
Okay.
by. I'm like, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Not quite that loud, but the wriggle of my trunk is saying, hey,
Okay.
hello, people. Come on.
Okay.
So I'll go up the stairs and whatnot to the tippy top just before the slope. And at the tippy top, is it where I can see into this?
You can kind of see down into it. Yeah. There are some oil lamps every so often.
Okay.
But the entire glacier it's ice.
Oh,
So it's
sort
kind of translucent. It kind of glows a little bit. So you
Okay.
can kind of
I can sort
and,
of
and
see.
like say you weren't here last time, so you can see into the ice. You can see
Okay.
every so often there'll just be like a frozen body. Like you'll just see a kobold in the ice,
Like
Or
all the
you'll
walls are
see-
like opaque.
or you'll see a
like,
cup
going through it.
or a dish or a
Things that just got placed.
random things that are frozen in the ice. It is
Okay.
just So, but it's not clear ice, but you can kind of see into it a little bit.
And
You
even
Yeah,
can't
else
down
everyone
here
would have seen us
is the
murder
walls
her.
are like
yeah, you
that,
can't
too.
see
Okay.
all the way through it,
So then, okay.
but you can tell,
Yeah, because I'm there.
you know, to a certain depth, you can see in it.
Which stairwell would I be at with this?
You're
Like on this floor.
You're not on.
you're not on that floor. You never get that high.
You don't get the second yet. You
Oh,
basically
you're-
go up.
This is the
halfway.
bottom and this is higher up.
Yes.
Ew. Okay.
This is the. So this is a planar map.
Yeah.
This is also trying to be a planar map. This is the relationship of where you're moving left to right.
Gotcha. Okay.
And this is the, in theory, up and down. It's poor because these things are,
Yeah.
they're marked actually,
Okay.
they're marked funny because this is showing to be below this. Technically, this whole thing should be shifted up into the
Okay.
mountain.
And that
Like,
makes
like
more sense.
this exit is really about here because what it says is you go up 50 feet and then you come back down 30 feet. And at down 30 feet, you're right here.
Okay.
Which would put, not at this edge, it would put this up higher. It would be up in here. So I don't think this is a good drawing, at least in 3 space, this doesn't make sense to me when they talk about these distances. This is 5 stories up, this is 30 feet back down, and then you're at the bottom of this.
Okay. So then, cool. I'll get there and place down the crates. I'll do the normal job. Then I'll go back to the staircase, and I'll take a quick look.
And as you're
Anybody's-
coming, there's other people.
Okay.
So as you're doing this, every so often you'll pass another person.
Okay.
I
So
mean, there's more than one person out there, but it's not like a beehive of activity.
yeah, there's just enough.
Every so often you'll see somebody.
Okay.
I'm
Then
just giving you an understanding of how.
okay. Then I'll try to see if I can time it out. Look around, get to the stairs, and I'm gonna try to quickly but quietly go up the stairs up to the next level.
Okay, roll stealth. Can you do it without being seen?
Resistant.
Everybody's like,
I'm
dude,
gonna
you can
try. I want to do this.
You can do it.
I
I
believe
think
in
you
you.
can.
You can do it.
You
Let me
can
pop
do
this
it.
open real quick. Okay. Oh, so much better. 17.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
There we go. You're welcome.
I do one good thing.
Okay, so as you go out, I guess
Mhm.
to describe it as good as any, you pop out at that stairwell.
This
Yep,
one.
Yep,
Okay.
you pop out right there. And what you see you see you see 4 ogres standing up there, and they have these. If you think of the old Robin Hood, if you think of like a Robin Hood target,
Mhm.
like the shooting arrows, you've got this
Yeah.
round stand with like circles drawn in it for like
Yeah.
a bullseye. But
Targets.
it's,
Yeah.
but it's a kind of a tripod with a a hay ring on it. You see a few of those, and you see these 4 ogres standing to one side, and they're hurling javelins over there. Right, they're trying to land these javelins over into these targets.
Okay.
Every so often, one will kind of glance off. I mean, you kind of, you're trying to be stealthy. You kind of sneak up the stairs and you're kind of looking to see what you see, and this is what
Yeah.
you notice. Then there are, as you look out, kind of in front of you, you can see that there's another set of walls, right? Like
Mhm.
it's not a cliff off the side, right? You look out and you see like another wall structure.
Okay.
And these walls are another, they're like 30 feet high.
Okay.
They're really tall walls. And then into the sides of them, you can see that there are kind of buildings built into the sides of them.
Okay.
But,
so I know there's rooms and things, and
you're not-
there's some baddies. Okay.
Yeah, you don't have like a direct line or anything
Okay.
of like what is in those buildings.
Yeah.
And as you kind of sneak around to the right, you can see that there's that the base of that front tower, you can see that there's a tower, and it's one of the really tall ones that you noticed when you first came in the main gate with the large towers. This is like a really thin, slender spire, but you can
Okay.
see that there's a door, and there you can see there's a door over there.
Okay. Man, I want to be just that troublemaker and cause crap, but I also
So would
don't.
that be this over here? On the map,
Yeah. That's what it seems like it would be.
Dave?
Because
Would that be this over
Yes.
here?
Yeah.
looking out, right?
Yeah, he's seeing, basically, he's 17. I mean, you're pretty stealthy. You know, you're trying to stay back. But basically, the ogres, the ogres are over here, and they're throwing javelins over here. You know, they have targets and and I'm not doing exact scales because they're 5 feet, and I don't know how far this is, right? But you've got 4 ogres out here, and you've got some targets, and they're generally throwing this way. And you can see that these walls are about 30 feet high. You can tell that there are things built into these. You're not sure, like, what it is. And you can see that there is a door here to this this spire, or this tower, and that's this tower right here.
Okay. Yeah. I'll go back down.
Okay.
And I'll go down, act like I'm getting another load, and then take a cut over to Resmir's really quick.
Okay, roll stealth.
Woo! Uno más.
It seemed at least like 12. What is it?
3.
That's not what it's supposed to be.
Get another crate.
We get another crate.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
getting
gonna-
another crate!
You're gonna hear it's another crate. Yeah. So you're putting off more time. What are the rest of you doing while he's doing this?
I want to.
So far, you all are getting long in the tooth. You all need to decide what you're doing,
I want to.
because this is obviously taking him a while. He's not.
Yeah.
He may have told you, "Hey, I'm gonna go talk to Resmir,"
Right.
but you're like, he hasn't come back. I don't know what's going on.
Right. I want to go take a plate of food to Resmir's room.
Okay. That's interesting. Okay. So you're gonna grab some food?
Yeah.
Okay. And where are you gonna get this food?
I'm not eating it. I'm taking it.
Where are you getting the plate of food?
Oh, I thought we were eating.
You
in
are.
The, okay.
And you've been served. So where
Okay.
are you gonna get a plate of food?
I will tell one of the
It's
kobolds.
not a cafeteria.
Okay, I will tell one of the kobolds that Resmir has requested some more food.
Okay. Roll deception.
18 plus 7.
Okay. And you absolutely obliterate my roll. All right. So, yeah.
So,
Kobold hears you, and the other one's like, she already ate. And
I will say
And
she has
he's like-
requested that I bring her
she
some more food.
said that I should bring her more food. You're like, oh, well, sorry. Yeah, absolutely. Anything for her. So they
Alright.
give you a fresh, hot plate. And he, like, no, not that one. And you kind of see them scrabbling to get they want, like, the hot food. Like, no, it's for her. Don't mess this up. So they
Right.
bring you a nice plate of steaming, muttony, gruel-ish stuff with some potatoes
All right.
and beans. It's not wonderful, but it doesn't suck.
Better than what you had.
Yeah.
It's definitely better than what you have.
All right. I will take it to the room.
Okay. You are now in the room with him.
Okay. I'm just gonna say, did Ollie come by here and let you know?
No, I've just been reading.
Just
Okay.
been reading.
He was gonna let
But
you
I'll
know.
eat my food, and you can sit behind the door in case anybody
Okay.
comes by.
He was gonna let you know that we were gonna go try to explore the second tier or the upper level.
Sounds like
So-
a good time.
And under your orders.
We should probably finish exploring the level we're on.
That's true. Ollie's stuck doing crate duty.
Good.
I'll try.
I'm all for the fact that we look like we're supposed to be here.
Yeah.
So if that's what it takes to get some heat off of us.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, if there's people yelling at you guys, then yeah.
Yeah.
Probably do that. But also, I do like the idea to go upstairs under my orders.
Yeah.
I don't really feel ready to leave the room yet and walk around.
I understand you like your
I gotta
space.
finish. I gotta finish my scales.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like this has got to be like top tier. Like I'm looking in the mirror. Like, am I missing anything?
Yeah.
Like
Am
I'm
I
making
not
sure.
shiny enough?
I'm
Yeah.
I'm putting light at different angles to see where the light hits me.
He pulled
like,
out his bag of Lee press-on scales.
Yeah.
And he,
oh yeah. I'm like, would you murder this?
Yes, I would.
I know that.
yeah, baby. I'm gonna murder that.
I have like 2 firebolts ready.
That's not how I meant it.
He wants to get plowed, is what he meant.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to ask the
He
sword
wants
for that.
it hilt deep.
Hilt
Yeah.
deep.
You already got that once today.
I know. I
And
Tell people need Jesus.
did. You need to take a short rest and heal. Is what you needed to do.
I'm good. I'm like 44.
Oh, okay. I just don't know when we're gonna get another chance to heal. Is why I said that.
People need
And I like
I
only have
don't
a
know when
few.
the next time we're gonna fight anything is.
Hopefully soon.
It's up
I
in the
will
spire.
drop that off and go help Ollie with the crates.
Oh, okay. Great.
Thylic, what are you doing?
I'm gonna let you know that's what I'm gonna do.
Like I said, we should finish exploring the rest of the place around here.
Yeah, I agree.
Like in this.
That's fine.
That level.
Yeah, I just don't know if. Well, we did go back over here.
No, we did not. We have not
During,
gone
during
into.
the fight.
We have not gone into these two
Oh.
rooms.
That was correct.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
That is one thing that I keep track of is places we have been.
Okay.
Is your door crack still open?
Mhm.
Okay. Roll perception.
I think that's 14. Yep.
Yep. You're pretty sure that you've seen kobolds take food into that room.
Oh.
So I'm gonna assume that's where Wizard of Thay is.
Oh, through here. Or no, that's the cellar. Probably over there. Yeah.
By reasoning of deduction.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking ogres and giants are probably upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And if Resmir wasn't upstairs, then there's probably Wizard of Thay isn't upstairs.
Yeah. He's probably close.
So my reasoning of deduction is that before we go looking. But, you know, it's a door.
Yeah.
You should go walk past it, x-ray it, and
Yeah.
do some recon.
I can do that. I'll
I'm
do that.
guessing you hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Tell me what y'all discussed, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
While
I'll go do that.
Grabbing a few crates.
Right, whenever he
I would
goes
like
out.
to know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know when he's doing his thing.
I'll do that and then I'll go out.
Right, because
'Cause
you
I
got to
wanna-
make a round and talk to everybody.
Right,
so.
right. So basically, what I would do then is go out that way to pick up some of the crates, and then but as I'm walking out that way, I want to like look in this room with my ring, like,
Oh, okay.
look through the door and see if I see.
In that room, you see a room that is comfortably furnished for inhabitants of human size.
This is what we needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And
right, just BS
you
down.
also
In this room.
can tell that as you're looking, you get some weird sparkly bits, and then you seem to see clouds, and then it sparkles back, and you see the room, and then it gets sparkly, and then you see clouds.
Thanks, Vanna.
All right.
What?
I said, thanks, Vanna.
Oh.
What's behind door number 1?
Is
Oh.
is there supposed to be a door on this side as well?
It's right here.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's right. Oh, okay. It's just that. Okay.
Right? Isn't there a door on the front side of this?
Those are not actually doors; those are archways.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Brown's
So that's like an
door.
open area.
That is correct.
Okay.
Interesting.
Hmm.
So that opens on that side.
There's an archway
Joe's sleeping.
to the left and to down.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me 5 more minutes, and then we'll wrap up.
All right.
No rush.
That's what I think of that.
I'll give you a rebuttal.
No, I mean, I know you have sleep, and I totally get it. I'm not upset. This is great. I've had super fun tonight.
Oh,
yeah.
me too. I can't.
No rush.
Okay. So I want to kind
So-
of figure out where we're going, so I know what to prep. Right.
I'll-
It helps me like where are we going with this, and I'll prep.
Come out here, glance under the archway, kind
Oh,
of
okay.
grab
Awesome.
crates, and come back.
Yeah. Okay, so as you look in the archway, you see inside there are 2. So those archways, they're 20 feet tall. They're about 8 feet wide, lower. In the middle of this room, there is a 9-foot tall table carved of stone,
Whoa.
surrounded by 3 giant chairs, also carved of stone. There is a
Food kindling.
fat iron cauldron with runes set up on top of the table. And on the floor in the far corner looks like a large iron chest. A
Ooh.
big, heavy chest. Inside, there are 2 stone giants. There is what appears to be, from your best guess, a male stone giant standing and looking into this cauldron. And on the other side of the table, there what appears to be a female stone giant sitting down. That's
Pretty much it.
what you see.
All right.
They have, they're talking,
Mm.
but you have no idea what they're
saying.
They're
Okay.
not speaking a language you know.
Okay.
But they're in there talking.
Okay.
But they don't, like I said, you don't. It's not a language you know.
Right.
So
right.
it doesn't mean that no one knows that language. It's not like
Right.
Igpayatanli, but
Right.
you're
Just not familiar with it. All right. I will grab the crate. Head back that way.
Yeah, I think. Who is it? I think Ollie might be familiar with that language. Okay.
All right.
You know who isn't?
This guy right here.
Yep, I got giant.
Yeah, I'm surprised that cat doesn't.
Common, elvish, and
I got
giant.
dulcimer though. Which one of you guys has dulcimers?
I'm jealous.
Just keep in mind that you all can help each other.
Yeah.
No.
You can. I promise you can. You can help each other.
Would I know what language Ollie, or well, I guess I wouldn't know what you speak or what you know.
Not necessarily. And I don't think it's come
Right.
up
Right.
before.
I think the only time it came up was when we were on the road traveling, and Joe. We did face a giant of some kind, and I think Thylac spoke to one of the giants.
Yeah, I don't think Joe speaks giant.
I don't think I speak
Nope.
giant.
Common
Was it
Draconic. Yeah, the only person that speaks giant. is
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah.
definitely spoke to them in giant, because we did face a giant.
When did we face a giant?
I don't know.
It was on the road while we were traveling. It was. I'm serious.
Oh, I remember running into some, but I don't remember interacting with them.
I thought somebody.
Yeah, but I
spoke
thought
to
they
one.
spoke. They was broken common.
They might have spoken broken common. I can
Yeah.
see that.
Maybe that's what it was.
I
I, don't
think-
know.
Giants usually can speak giant and common.
Because we definitely had an interaction with them.
Right, but I'm not like. That's new information that he knows giant.
Yeah.
I don't
I
think
just.
anybody
Yeah, I
knows
don't.
that he knows giant.
Okay.
Yeah, that
That's why
would.
there's giants here.
Yeah. But I would at least
Because
relay
we don't
that
speak it.
to Ollie. Like,
You
hey,
probably say, "Hey, there's a couple of
right.
giants down there."
And they're
Sure.
saying something I don't know.
They're
Okay.
talking.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I don't know what someone's saying.
It's shocking. It
What
pisses
is
me
that
off.
under?
What the?
Languages.
Season languages. Yeah.
Hey.
So,
Perfect.
Yeah.
okay. So
All right.
you will have had that conversation that there's giants down
Yeah.
there. It's news to you all.
Right.
You haven't interacted with them before now.
Right.
They're not offering to move anything for you.
Right.
They're not like, here, let me help you carry that stuff. They're doing their own thing.
I would just say, like, as you're grabbing crates, you might try to pick up on what they're saying, or if you can.
Okay.
You know, if they speak common, if they
Yeah.
utter something common.
Pandora, Thylac, what are you all doing? These other two are working. You all are like
We're just taking our time eating.
sitting around.
What do you want to do?
So I was looking at the map a little bit. It doesn't look like there's a library.
There's not a library per se that you have come across. That is correct.
Hint, hint, wink, wink,
Okay.
nudge, nudge.
Next time I
What?
see a kobold run past,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna say, bring me the old wizard one. Him.
Oh, I see.
I'm just wandering.
I see what
I'm
you're
just
saying.
wandering around the castle.
Okay,
Yeah.
because you're old.
Yeah.
I'm lost.
just an old
Just looking at everything like, wow.
around. Don't pay attention to me.
Disney World's really changed.
Yeah, so I'm gonna summon him via kobold.
Oh, okay. So, as you're walking around, this kobold scurries up to you and goes, "Yip, yip." The mistress, the mistress has summoned thee.
All right.
Come with me. The mistress has called you.
Okay.
Come with.
Henceforth.
I follow him.
Okay. So he's gonna lead you back to Resmir.
That's me.
Pseudo Resmir.
There is no Resmir.
Just have to
Okay.
backstab a kobold
yeah.
and have another body.
Yeah, and I'll be like, meh.
Mac, mac. Quack, quack.
Yeah, I'll just give him the, you did good,
Be
go
gone.
away, be gone.
Yes, mistress. Yes, mistress.
Yeah.
Thinking.
If you want to go through any of her books / desks, I don't know if we can learn anything that way.
Yeah, I'll start. Oh, now I see the books. I'll start looking through the desk for anything arcane.
As you're digging around looking for stuff that's arcane, you notice that someone else has thackered and pilfered through here recently.
They've thigh-lacquered.
Eye lacquered.
They thigh-lacquered and they five-finger discounted whatever you would have found.
Dang.
Someone has pilfed the fur.
I wonder where it could be.
I don't know who else was in your party that was pilfering, but some other pilfering fingers have already,
Son of a bitch.
their fingers already stuck to the things that you were interested in. Things that would have interested you caught someone else's eye, but it turns out they can't use it.
Question, do you have any spells that you need to learn and write down right now? Because now would be the perfect time if you need to do any of that. You know
Yeah,
what
if
I
you
mean?
need to do spell transcription,
I don't know if we've gotten any if we've had any spells that we just haven't had the time. Because now would be the perfect time to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like one of those ones that we haven't identified yet.
just need to roll.
All right.
Could be.
I'll identify a spell. Ooh, no, I can't do 5th levels yet.
They were high level spells.
Okay. Well, I just didn't know if there was one
Super high.
new magical one that he found at the bottom of
I
his
think there was
backpack.
what was it? Like 2 5s and a 6 or something?
Right, but
I have 2 5s for sure.
he could find a magical one in the bottom of his.
Was there
backpack.
anything in your dad's spell book that you've been trying to work on?
Let me see.
Someone might see one. You know the one I want.
No.
You're
No,
gonna
no.
do something different?
No, it's I know the plans I have for you, said the Lord. They are for you to prosper, not to die. But I require patience.
I know, but I just want it so bad, Dave.
I don't know what you'd want me to learn.
I don't know. I didn't know if there's anything you had. Is all I'm saying.
Well, originally,
Yeah,
so,
I could learn slow.
so
Slow would be good.
if we pause
I've got
the
slow. And then
the
you have
game
haste.
game, originally, like when we created your character, we discussed you having a spell book.
Yeah, I have it. I just didn't know if there was a spell
You were
in particular that
I'm just
was
saying,
trying to
I
hint
wanted
at.
what I wanted you to do is look through your character and look for bonus spells that you would like to learn outside of your normal spell learning class. That that your dad would have in a spell book that in your downtime you could be transcribing at half cost. Right, that was the whole thing, is for you
Right.
to have that, but nothing higher than 5th level, right?
Uh-huh.
And so I don't have a problem if you want to like say, hey, this is a 1st level spell I'd like to know, or this is a 2nd level spell. I mean, you still have to prepare them. That's part of the wizard thing, right?
Right, you can have so many prepared.
But I don't have a problem with you picking like a spell that you go, this would be kind of utilitarian, and spend the gold and use this downtime for doing that. That is a reasonable thing for you to do in a relatively safe space with a writing desk and quills and ink.
Yeah, I can do that. I just hadn't. It wasn't forefront in my mind because a lot of the stuff that I had, like I only have so many I can prepare, and I'm already having to pick and choose. Like, oh, I don't want that one this time. Like it's.
Right. No, I understand.
It's,
That's the issue with Wizard. You learn lots and lots of things, and it's what did you prepare the things you're going to need for today. I get it.
Right. See, I'll write one down.
So
It's
now
100 gold, right?
It's 100 gold a level, but if it's out of your dad's spell book, it's 50 gold a level. Isn't that right? Copying into your spell book? I think that's right.
I don't know.
Joe, you also have that scroll of haste that I gave you. I don't know if you can.
Yeah, if you can do the scroll of
Copy
haste,
that.
copy
Yeah.
that one into your book.
What level's haste?
I don't.
I don't know.
Now that he's in my room, I would like to do stone mold, and I'm gonna mold up behind the door so that way it can't open.
Oh, okay. Here's what it is.
There you go.
For each level of the spell, it takes 2 hours and 50 gold. So it would only be 25 gold and 1 hour for each level.
Okay.
Per level of the spell.
All right, so I'll
If
take
it's
3 hours, and I'll learn the haste.
What level is haste?
3rd level.
This isn't from his dad's book. This is
Scroll.
the scroll that we found.
Oh, this is from a scroll.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like I thought.
Okay, yeah. If it's coming from a scroll, it would be 2 hours a level and 50 gold a level. Because it's from a scroll. It's not your dad's handwriting. If it came from your dad's spell book, I charge you half and half the time because you know your dad's handwriting.
All right, I'll learn slow instead then.
I'm just saying.
No,
I mean,
it's fair.
That's what we discussed. That's how it works.
Makes sense.
I mean, it's your dad's handwriting. You
Yeah.
translate it easier.
Yeah.
Less
No, it's a
expensive.
neat feature. But now all we got is you. What are you gonna do?
I guess I will walk around the lower courtyard
Okay.
and
You gonna carry stuff? Be useful?
sure, I'll grab a box.
Great. So you're box hauling too.
Yes.
So we got 3 people box hauling.
Yes.
And you're being Resmir and he's copying stuff.
Yep.
That works. Okay. How long are you gonna box haul? You have about an hour before the sun gets low enough that you're not gonna be able to have light over the walls. You know what I mean? It's gonna the walls are 30 feet high,
Right.
right? So you're already in kind of a dusky.
Okay.
You know, the sun is going to be low enough that
Yeah.
it's starting to get a little. You're starting to lose the amount of luminescence you would, because the sun's on overhead,
Right.
and so just like when the sun goes behind a mountain,
Dark.
right, it starts getting darker
Right.
differently. Now the walls still kind of have a weird glow to them
Mm.
themselves because they're semi-translucent. Right?
Mm.
They kind of glow like Lexan does, but they're still opaque. I mean, you can't like
Right.
see the outside world. You can't
Right.
see trees or anything through them.
So, meta question.
Uh-huh.
Since we haven't raised any alarms because we
Mhm.
delivered secret messages like Santa, you know, like we keep a Santa letter out.
Yeah, you did great. I was not expecting the dress up, so that's cool. I like the dress
Since
up.
we haven't raised any alarms, are we going to be able to take a long rest? Since it's starting to get dusk.
If you, let me say it this way. Based on what your configuration seems to be,
Stop it.
I would say that there is a reasonable chance of you having a long rest. That is, 5 of you came aboard. There were 4 beds in the Dragon Wing barracks. And currently there appear to be 4 of you left.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
And you would be in Resmir's room. So magically there's enough beds for you now, but there were 5 that arrived and there are 4 that are around.
Right.
So I can't guarantee that you're going to have a long rest,
No, it's fine.
but it doesn't sound insane for you to have a long rest. It's possible.
Right.
I'll say it that way. It's possible for you to have a long rest.
He went down and started talking peppermint to the dragon and might have gotten gobbled.
Yeah.
He done got, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's very well what could have happened because
Yeah.
he was talking smack and acting all
Yeah.
tough to the dragon up there, so...
And
Well, that
killed him. Yep. When it comes time to BS, I'll BS it. Because I'm assuming if guards come around and be like, hey, there's someone missing, I'm just going to be like, yeah, you mean that bard guy? Yeah, we had some issues with him.
I threw him off the castle.
Yeah, he's not on the castle anymore.
He had so damage.
Yeah.
roll me deception now.
Oh.
Just do it.
8 plus 7. 15.
Okay. That bounced. Okay. Okay, that's what I need to know.
Okay.
So that decision's been made.
All
Great.
right.
Ew.
Because then I don't have to sit there and try and juggle 2 characters, which isn't bad. It's just if I take off the mask and I still have scales, I just would
Yeah.
rather stay in one thing. for
I
now.
completely understand.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because then I can walk around as Resmir upstairs.
Then yeah, I think you all are, at least for now.
Mhm.
You, if your intention is to return to your quarters and rest, after, like Joe, when you finished doing your, spending your time crafting your spell, copying.
Yes.
If your intention is to go back to the cultist barracks and sleep, I don't have any problem with that. Of course, if you want to be out at night,
Right.
it's also fine with me. So we'll deal with the long rest decision
Yeah, later.
next week. I'm not gonna do not long rest before we meet again.
Okay.
But it's not impossible and certainly not unreasonable for you
Right.
to do the long
Yeah.
rest thing. Based on what you're describing as the plan of deception.
Right.
Like your plan of deception
Makes sense.
is reasonable. All right. Well, thank you everybody for the stream. We've got people who need to go to bed, and people are getting sleepy, and I totally get it. So we are all going to box up. We're going to head out early tonight. Thank you so much for being here, those of you who visited, and you know,
Catch you on
I'm-
YouTube.
until we see you next time, Control 1.